Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello and welcome. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Nanatufo Boateng. It's an absolute pleasure to sit here and to serve you the best breakfast on television. Hope and pray that you stay with us throughout the entire show because we have an amazing show for you today. So much insight, a lot of takeaways from the show today. Now, we continue to grapple with the issue of transport crisis, but then also you should know that another symptom, or if like a causative factor, is the traffic situation in the country. Now, at independence, Accra's population was barely 500,000. Today, that number has swelled to nearly 3 million, depending on who you're asking. But that's an astonishing 460% increase between 1957 and 2025. Now, but while the population has grown explosively, our strategies for managing the city haven't kept the same pace. So it's time to rethink who gets to drive into the city center. Lee Kuan Yew has shown us a classic example by simply tolling the city to reduce congestion. Accra can learn from that model. Every private vehicle entering the CBD should pay a modest toll. It might sound harsh, but it will discourage unnecessary trips, free up the roads, and restore some order to bring some aesthetics to the Accra Central. It's also baffling that a growing capital city like Accra struggles with reliable public transport. Is it the Metro Mass and the Ilolo, which were meant to be the answer? They have limped and have been starved of proper management and vision. So without dependable public transport, every worker resorts to private cars, commercial minibuses, that's our trotro, and a ride-hailing app, and it is worsening the congestion. So until we fix the public transport system, we're going to have the same challenges again. Imagine when Accra is choked. A trip from Medina to Accra Central. When one lane is choked, the other one is free. So why are we not thinking of cordoning off about half of that road just in the mornings or during the rush hour to free up the space? Okay, I mean, it's just easy. It can be done. And after all, there's enough research to show that efficient traffic management isn't just about convenience. It's about saving time, fuel, and money. Accra doesn't need miracles to fix its traffic. It requires discipline, smart thinking, and a willingness to try simpler solutions. If we can decentralize public offices, enforce smart tolling, revive public transport, and trust our technology, the chaos can be tamed. And it is very, very doable. So think about it this way. All right? There's policy enforcement. And in anything that we're going to do, if we are not enforcing that policy, if there's no enforcement to existing regulation, then trust me, we're going nowhere. All right? There's the road traffic management regulations. If you look at regulation 121, it tells you how various vehicles should ply dedicated routes in the country. But what do we see? Now we have the fragmentation of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and so there are so many districts, so many municipalities scattered across, and there's no control. Elsewhere, the mayors of these cities are in charge of transportation. Okay, decentralization is good. However, if there is a peculiar problem, as we are witnessing now, it should be placed under the control of one authority. And that's why some of us are backing CATS International on their call for, if you like, a city traffic authority or transport authority. All right, it can be done and it should be done. The plans are there sitting in the books. The regulations are there, have been passed. What is happening to the enforcement? What is happening to the enforcement of these regulations? And that is where the challenge is. So I believe that if we should begin to enforce and enforce to the letter the regulations that are existing, there's no need to go and reinvest and go and look for some 30 million euro to come in. Let's enforce the laws. If we begin to enforce the laws, we should be able to solve this transportation crisis, and of course deal with the congestion. Imagine in December during the Christmas period, Accra was so congested that fire service had to bring in tenders to spray water on people just to have them cool off. How kind of people are we? Let's deal with this issue, let's solve it. And then sometimes you get to a traffic intersection, the light is on and there's a police officer standing there. The thing says red, officer says move. The light is working, oh. The light says red, stop. There's a police officer standing there that is telling you to move. Let's fix our problems. There are homegrown solutions to solving these issues, and we should look into them. There's research that is existing that we can use to solve some of these problems. So let's look into them and let's apply same. But I believe that's the biggest, if you like, missing factor in all this is enforcement. If we begin to implement and to enforce, to ensure strict compliance, we'll go a very long way in dealing with this crisis. Have you noticed that we are all in traffic and somebody has the strobe light and is making noise and is asking you to move off the road so they can pass when there is no emergency? It is even illegal to have those strobe lights in the first place. You get it? We are all in the traffic. Then somebody moves to the side of the road and is speeding and is blowing dust into our eyes. Those of us who sit in a trotro or sit in cars without AC, our windows are always down. So when you do that, you see, you're causing pollution. You are making our clothes dirty. You're hurting our eyes. But at that point, you are thinking about yourself only, not the rest of us. And that is why the law must be applied. You must be held accountable. At that point, you learn that, okay, we are in this together, so let us fight it together. All right, people, this Accra transportation crisis, it's frustrating, and we need to find that solution. I mean, I believe there's homegrown solutions that we can use to solve some of these things. The frustration is too much. This morning, go and see the long winding queues at the various terminals. And the frustration is so evident, like a journey that should take about 30 minutes will end up taking about 2 hours. Why? Anyways, welcome to the show. We have a wonderful show for you today. We'll begin with the news review segment. Then we'll get into your community segment where we'll highlight some of the challenges. Or it's not always challenges. You see, we can sometimes highlight the difference that some people are making, the change makers in your community are doing. You see, so we'll come into your community. It could be yours. You never know. So just stay with us here on the show while we glide through it this morning. But I'd like to urge you to go onto the Google Play Store where you can download the Channel One News app and have access to the news. It is relevant, it is factual, it is accurate, it is timely, and you can trust that will bring you the updates by the minute, by the second, by the hour. So download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. You can install on any device that you have, provided it's compatible with the Google Play Store. And then you have access to all our news updates as we upload them onto the app. So download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. Now, as we are fighting to clear our roads, we need to fight for the livelihoods of our farmers as well. So we're rolling out this campaign, the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign. And we are asking that we consume made in Ghana rice. Let's consume made in Ghana rice, all right? Now, support Ghana with your fork and spoon. Your meal can make Ghana stronger. Support Ghana with your fork and spoon. Your meal can make Ghana stronger. Also, we are saying that the power to build Ghana is right on your plate. Your choice, your country, your meal. Your choice, your country, your meal. So it's the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign. It's been rolled out. It's brought to you by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Agri Impact Limited, the MasterCard Foundation, and the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development. I want to say thank you to all these organizations for being part of this patriotic agenda where we're pushing the Ghana rice brand. We want to, start from home. So consume locally and then eventually we'll push it globally. So let's all join the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign Let's produce what we eat. Let's eat what we produce. Let's eat Ghana. Let's build Ghana. The power to build Ghana is right on your plate. It's your choice, your country, your meal. All right. So the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign is on. Please join us. Let us do this together. We appreciate you so much for accepting and believing the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign. Ghana is for all of us, and together we should be able to build this country to a place where we can hit our chest and say, indeed, we are proud for what we have achieved for the next generation. So Eat Ghana, Build Ghana. Thank you very much. Let's get into the newspapers for today. I'm going to start off with the Daily Guide newspaper. Daily Guide newspaper front page says, NPP Flagbearer race, aspirants to sign peace pact. NPP Flagbearer race, aspirants to sign peace pact. You have Ken opens wide lead in NPP race. Ken opens wide lead in NPP race. Baumia beats peace drums. Baumia beats peace drums. Heath Goldfields pays 136 million cedis liabilities to former workers. Heath Goldfields pays 136 million cedis liabilities to former workers. Dubai and India account for 98% small-scale gold exports. Dubai and India account for 98% small-scale exports. All right, so that's the Daily Guide. Let's now go to the Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times says, Nakok bust notorious drag queen in Budumburam raid. Nakok bust notorious drag queen in Budumburam raid. No increase in cement price. This according to the manufacturers. They say no increase in cement price. Prudential Bank shines in customer experience ratings. AIB strengthens Ghana's aviation safety framework. That's according to the Transport Minister. So that's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Let's go to the Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic says, blocking abuse by foreign nationals. Government tightens passport security. Okay, so this is Daily Graphic from yesterday. This is Daily Graphic from yesterday. So I had a number of stories from the weekend. So that's the Daily Graphic from yesterday. Let's look at the BNFT for today. Business and Financial Times for today. Equity rally marks deep concentration risk. Record gains, narrow foundations in stock market. A banner year exposes fault lines in equity market. Then you have gateway to country shouldn't be named after coup leader. That's a call from an activist. Government tightens grip on informal metal trade. Government tightens grip on informal metal trade. And then you have CATS calls for Accra City Transportation Authority as commuter crisis worsens. CATS calls for Accra City Transportation Authority as commuter crisis worsens. So that's the BNFT. Let me take you to the New Republic. The New Republic says, OMC bosses in jabs over who wins and loses floor price race as public hails Mahama. OMC bosses in jabs over who wins and loses floor price race as public hails Mahama. Bring Ken home. Angry mob storms U.S. Embassy to drag VIP fugitive former minister home to face justice. Bring Ken home. Angry mob storms U.S. Embassy to drag VIP fugitive former minister home to face justice. Then you have Ridge Hospital scandal forces ministry's hand. Ridge Hospital scandal forces ministry's hand. There's a front page comment that says the Oforiatta dilemma, a test of power, justice, and public trust. And you have a Nakob night raid, Budumburam drag queen busted. Nakob night raid, Budumburam drag queen busted. So that's the front page of the New Republic newspaper. And I'll take you to the Insight. The Insight newspaper front page says, Election Watch demands police intervention to ease rising tensions in NPP primary. Election Watch demands police intervention to ease rising tensions in NPP primary. Other stories. Rekindle the flame of Pan-African solidarity. Veep urges Africa in historic visit to Guinea. Rekindle the flame of Pan-African solidarity. Veep urges Africa in historic visit to Guinea. Trade Minister hails fall in cement prices. Thumbs up exchange rate stability. Trade Minister hails fall in cement prices. Thumbs up exchange rate stability. Then you have timber monitoring team steps on powerful toes as police arrest aide. Timber monitoring team steps on powerful toes as police arrest aide. Central East Regional Police Command busts 3 suspects in car stealing syndicate. Central East Regional Police Command busts 3 suspects in car stealing syndicate. And you have Adenta's new MCE moves to end schools under trees permanently. Adenta's new MCE moves to end schools under trees permanently. So that's the Insight newspaper. Let's go online. Let's bring you some stories from our news portals. I'm going to start off with channel1newsonline.com. Ghana's stability creating private sector opportunities. Ghana's stability creating private sector opportunities. And then you have IFC, that's the IFC speaking, saying that Ghana must sustain economic stability to build investor confidence. You have transport crisis. Drivers blame high daily sales targets for short trips. Transport crisis. Drivers blame high daily sales targets for short trips. On the same matter, the GPRTU says buses not hoarded, redeployed to high demand areas. That thing I want to say is okay. GPRT says buses not hoarded but redeployed to high demand areas. The Institute for Energy Security, IES, says fuel market stability at risk without price floor. IES says fuel market stability at risk without price floor. Court refuses bail for Seydou Abagre. Court refuses bail for Seydou Abagre. UTAG UG, that's the University Teachers Association, the University of Ghana chapter, demands GTech bosses step down by January 31. So the University of Ghana chapter of the University Teachers Association Ghana is demanding that the GTech bosses step down by January 31. Go online, click on that story, and you get the details. Alhaji Seydou Abagre pleads not guilty to criminal charges. Alhaji Seydou Abagre pleads not guilty to criminal charges. Channel 1 TV, City FM host MasterCard Foundation and Stratcom Africa to boost media partnerships. Channel 1 TV and City FM host MasterCard Foundation and Stratcom Africa delegation to boost media partnerships. The Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed, says foreign nationals involved in romance scams being prosecuted. Foreign nationals involved in romance scams being prosecuted. So that's according to the Interior Minister. Cement manufacturers to keep prices at affordable rates. That's according to the Trade Minister. Cement manufacturers to keep prices at affordable rates. I am not a murderer. Suspect in immigration officer killing. I am not a murderer. Suspect in immigration officer killing. NPP race. Ignore pre-election polls. Focus on January 31. Duchum tells delegates. NPP race. Ignore pre-election polls. Focus on January 31. NPP race. Ignore pre-election polls. Focus on January 31. And that is Dr. Yao Osei Duchum, the former education minister and presidential hopeful for the New Patriotic Party, speaking there. Right, let's go to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. Government to probe auction of 300 Metro Mass Transit buses. Government to probe auction of 300 Metro Mass Transit buses. Now, this country now, I'm not sure. The buses were sold for 2,500 cedis. 2,500 cedis. That's how much the buses were sold for. So I'm wondering what level of deterioration, how deteriorated were the buses that they were sold for 2,500 cedis? And who bought them? What were they used for? La ilaha illallah. Ghana, my motherland. All right. Let's get into other stories. IFC injects up to $300 million to stabilize Ghana's cocoa supply chain. IFC injects up to $300 million to stabilize Ghana's cocoa supply chain. Oforiatta to appear in U.S. court over immigration case today. Yeah, so today is January 20. Kenneth Oforiatta, Ghana's former finance minister, will appear in a U.S. court over immigration case today. Adabraka gold robbery. 3 more suspects picked up in Ashaiman. Adabraka gold robbery. 3 more suspects picked up in Ashaiman. Unlike IMF, we finance the private sector. This is according to the IFC. Unlike IMF, we finance the private sector. That's the IFC speaking. GPRTU to hold crunch meeting January 20 over commercial vehicle ID tax. GPRTU to hold crunch meeting January 20 over commercial vehicle ID tax. Otumfuo and Stools Dasebre Osei Bonsu III as Mampong Hene. Otumfuo and Stools Dasebre Osei Bonsu III as Mampong Hene. So the silver stool has an occupant, and he's in the person of Dasebre Osei Bonsu III. Yesterday he swore allegiance to the Asante Hene, the occupant of the golden stool. NPP Flagbearer race. NPP Flagbearer race. Educhum's campaign mind-blowing, victory assured. That's according to a spokesperson for Yao Osei Educhum, doctor. He says the campaign is mind-blowing and victory is assured. GTech is undermining university autonomy. That's UTAG-UG. And following this, they have called for the resignation of the bosses at GTech. So GTech is undermining university autonomy. That's according to UTAG-UG. And then you have Transport Minister rejects claims of non-performance. Transport Minister rejects claims of non-performance. We have the details of these stories and more on our web portals. Go to citynewsroom.com, or you can visit Channel One News online. You might as well download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. You have access to all of these stories and several others. My name is Nana Tufo Boateng. You're watching Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. We'll return with a news review segment.
Waiting and wasting time can be very dicey. So, on Lifeline this week, we draw the line between faith and fear, patience and procrastination. If you are at that point, or know someone who is at that point in life, call them to join Bishop Fred Kwanchi Mensah for an enlightening episode.
You are welcome back, dear friend. This is Lifeline, and we are talking about how to wait and wait well. Am I waiting? Am I wasting time? Am I staying here not taking action because of the fear of failure? What is waiting? How can I wait well? Since it is a natural human experience and nobody can avoid it, then we have to learn how to wait, because it is not a matter of how long I am waiting, it is a matter of how well I have waited.
Lifeline airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umarusanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umarusanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has three legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umarusanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not complain there in the sense, why you are share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or haunting no complaints now be bring to the fair no too.
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced, and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on Channel 1 Television. So don't get told, don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on Channel 1 TV.
Beyond Borders airs every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV and is brought to you by Copen Hospitality.
Hello there. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. It's now time for the news review segment. We'll pick some issues that are of importance to all of us. We get the right guest, we ask them the relevant questions, and we bring varying perspectives to the issues. Now, the show is interactive, and so we are inviting you to join us. You can do so via the WhatsApp number on your screens, or you can join us on our socials. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. We're very interactive, very engaging on X, that's formerly Twitter, as well as Instagram, IG. You can also enjoy some exclusive video content from Channel One TV from TikTok. All right, so go follow us, Channel One TV, Channel One TV GH, on all our socials, and share your thoughts with us. Now, while we are dealing with the transportation crisis on one side, fuel prices have dropped. The suggestion is that it could even drop further if the price floor mechanism is removed by the NPA. This call is coming from the CEO of Star Oil. We've seen Edward Bauer of Goil and this Teku of Star Oil go at each other over this price floor mechanism. But basically, the price floor mechanism was introduced to safeguard market stability after we deregulated our petroleum pricing, or if you like, the downstream petroleum sector somewhere in 2015. Let me come in studio and say good morning to the gentlemen, and then we can begin the conversation on this matter. Lamteg Apanga is the deputy CEO. I like to call deputy commissioner of the Gaming Commission. Deputy commissioner of the Gaming Commission, Ghana. Council, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, my brother.
It's
How
good to have you. Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good.
Very well, very well. And Larry Dogbe is the managing editor of the Herald newspaper. Yes, sir. So Larry, how's it going?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good.
Nice.
Did you buy fuel this morning?
No. I think
I the tank for the week.
I bought about 3 days ago, but I
you still have enough?
Yeah, I mean a little.
I thought you had switched to EV vehicles.
I'm not yet there.
Very soon we'll get there. But fuel prices have dropped, and indeed the conversation, which was sparked by the CEO of Star Oil, apparently the market leader now, is that it could go further down during certain times if this price floor mechanism being implemented by the NPA is removed. The argument from the other side is that the price floor mechanism was instituted to safeguard the market so that smaller OMCs are not priced out of business, and we don't have monopoly in the system where one big OMC can dominate and determine prices. We're in a deregulated market now, so this conversation, how should we approach it? And we should have the consumer in mind when we sit at the table to discuss the prices within the petroleum sector. So, Council, I'll start with you.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you and your listeners. Of course, my brother Larry. I think that we should look at it from some perspective that takes us back into the past. I mean, if you could throw your mind back about some 20 or 30 years ago, you have the dominant players in the petroleum sector to be Mobil, Shell, and if I go back to BP, Texaco, and those players until we got to the Shells and then the ones coming up. And those times you would find exactly those times you would then find a few Ghanaians, in fact even non-Ghanaians, in the downstream who are operating the Gao, the man-powered. This in some villages, in some communities. In fact, that was the main source of power until the entire industry became more and more liberalized, attracted more Ghanaians into the industry. And of course, in the past we saw government regulating pricing of fuel over time. Even at some point became a political or a campaign agenda where fuel were carried in gallons to Parliament to display how prices were going up. And I remember very well that in part of the camp campaigns in the past, we even promised a drastic reduction in fuel prices. But we realized that at a point, government did not even have entire control over fuel pricing. because there are external factors, there are external prices, there are a lot of things that affect fuel pricing. So over time, there was a need to deregularize and allow the market forces to determine the price. But of course, we can't have an absolute deregularized industry. We would have some amount of regulation, because what is the use of NPA without regulations? So some regulations will come in, and that is when the mechanism of the floor pricing was introduced to ensure that nobody prices the fuel below a certain benchmark, so that at least we can protect the small players. If we don't protect the small players, over time the big players would take charge, and will have some sort of a monopoly. Will determine the price. Now we as ordinary consumers may benefit from the price reduction and think that, oh no, we should allow the market forces to play out. What will happen in the long run is that if you are not careful and protect the industry, ensure steady supply, ensure availability of fuel, we would have a situation where the big players will kick out the small players, and over time they will control the system. They can halt, they can increase prices, they can determine when it's available, and they form a cabal, and that cabal eventually would affect we the consumers. So the mechanism in the long run is protecting the consumer. Today, it's unfortunate that the conversation should be centered on the benefits of the fuel reduction we are having today, because we have seen significant fuel reduction. My concern and perhaps a bit of worry is that we are not seeing it translate to the price of some goods and items that are carried out. We all know that they are affected by fuel prices, and even fares in general. I mean, I come from the Upper East region, Bolga. About 2 years or a year ago, the fare to Bolga on a VIP ticket is about 340, 350 Ghana cedis. Today, fuel prices have dropped close to half of the price, and yet they are still charging the same amount.
And the roads have not been fixed.
Come on. Tomorrow, if this same fuel price goes up,
that's the argument they will make.
But the road is being fixed. The road was not fixed 2 years ago, and they were able to increase it. Today, if fuel prices go up, they would have justification to call for an increase
in fare.
You understand? So let's be fair to each other. There's a reduction in fuel price. Let it affect the pricing, so that there will be some benefit to everyone. And when there's an increase in the price and you are calling for an increase in fares, it is justifiable to say so. But if we allow a few to benefit, particularly transport owners and transport business operators to benefit from the reduction. I mean, you and I who drive our personal vehicles are benefiting from it. What about the person who can't afford the vehicle of his own? And then, of course, you look at items like kinky and the rest, who are complaining that the size of kinky remains the same. If you will not reduce the price, at least increase the size. Let the ordinary person. So I'm calling on Ghanaians, I'm calling on people that, listen, let's be fair to each other. Let's be our brothers keeper. Let's not think that we can benefit so much from the price reduction now and allow ordinary people to suffer. Eventually, you, the person, the driver who is refusing to reduce the price, you also go to the market. And the market woman there would also get opportunity to squeeze you in.
Indeed.
But so the circle should be in such a way that it will benefit everyone. But I think the call for the removal of the floor pricing, I think that we should be careful about it, because if we are not careful, we would open the floodgate, we would open the system up, and eventually it would affect the ordinary consumer. We will benefit now from the price reduction if it is reduced, but it will affect us in the long run, and that cannot be, that is not good enough. We should think about long term. We've seen countries like Sri Lanka and even Nigeria that produces fuel have long queues at their pumps and at filling stations where there are not enough supply of fuel. We don't want to get to the point. At least let's have stable supply of fuel at stable prices. And what is even more significant, you notice that when we have this price volatility, it affects pricing of items as well. Because you buy items today hoping that you would have some stability, as we are enjoying today with the inflation rate and everything. Then tomorrow, because we've reduced all this, taking out the mechanism, prices just keep going up and down, and there's no proper anticipation and planning for businessmen and people who consume. So I think we should take a second look at it and then not rush in reducing it. The call by the CEO of Star Oil, I think must be looked at carefully. We shouldn't rush.
Right. like for consumers, lower prices is all we look for.
Yeah.
So there's this argument that we should allow the players at the top to fight their fights, but they should take away the price floor so that we can enjoy even lower fuel prices. I don't know what you think about this.
Well, first of all, I'm enjoying what is happening.
It's entertaining.
Oh yeah, it's very entertaining. But there was something I saw today or this dawn where I hear girl around the Nima.
So the breakfast.
They offered breakfast. Yes.
And then Star Oil goes to right under the the announcement that listen, you can go and pick the breakfast, but when you are done, come back to us and come and get lower come and get lower prices. Again, I'm enjoying it because then it's coming out that with Star Oil, it's not the all the filling stations that have the lower prices. That according to them they had, not them, but I think Gore was telling us that they had designated certain stations where you could go and get lower prices. Again, that is entertaining and that is very informative because then I thought that all the stations are the one are giving the free, sure, but this one there are specific ones that that are sort of doing this lower prices. You and I didn't know that, but out of this, it's coming out.
I'm not too sure, but I think the lower prices cut across, but they had dedicated stations that had discounts.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
I think that's the communication.
But then the argument is also that even those discounts are not actually, they are still above the regulated price, the prices that.
Also, now everyone is selling above. I think the floor price is at 9.50.
Okay.
But some are doing 9.99, some are doing 9.8.
Yes. So I mean, for the first time we are having this argument. Okay. For me, it's very informative. Now, whether the removal of the price, the floor price, whether that is going to bring us additional benefits, I don't see it. Because of this argument that it was put there so that the lower guys wouldn't, those with wouldn't be swallowed by the big boys. You get it. So it's more like a deterrent, mechanism that has been put in place. I think we should leave it like that. Now, if you feel that you can lower it further and sell it even to 1 cedi, people will buy. But how are you going to pay all the taxes, so and all that on it? You get it. So for the consumer's benefit, it's okay. We are having to know that when you go here, you get a lower one. When you go there, you get breakfast. When you go there, you get this. When you go there, you get all that. So it's good. It's good, and I'm enjoying it. Yes. But I mean, there's also another thing that we need to look out for. Have you observed that years ago, this Venezuela matter between the U.S., Maduro, Trump's, Dixon's friend, Trump.
Well, let's say good morning to him then. The Honorable Dixon Adomako Kisi has joined us, former member of Parliament for Anyaso too.
Doctor.
I'm sure he will throw some American jargon today.
I come in peace.
The American in smoke.
Yes, so this the abduction or kidnapping or arrest or whatever you want to call it would have shot up the price of fuel. But it didn't.
It didn't.
No,
the Iranian crisis also would have, taken it high or even higher. But that one also, I mean, we haven't felt it. And so I think there's something happening, as far as the fuel or the petroleum sector is concerned, and then the dollar, the exchange rate also is concerned. And if it could come further down, we are not talking about it going up in the midst of all that, international, global, whatever it is. But You're talking about, it coming further down. That is good. It should come down so that, we all enjoy until it goes up again. It will definitely go up one day, but once it's down, let's enjoy the benefit.
Very well. Honorable Kisi,
Yeah.
price floor mechanism, to go or not to go?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me here. I'm usually a contrarian. Okay. And I say this.
Let's hear the contrary view.
I say this with the greatest of respect to government. We may be enjoying, very good fuel prices. I mean, I can drive further to see people, family, and things like that because prices are lower. My concern, I keep saying this, is that we're in a country where we're so behind on many developmental things. And the more government revenue reduces, the more we're going to be behind.
Are you
in
crying
our
more than the, Are you crying more than the
listen, I mean,
or you are just in pain that government is performing so well?
we are the same people who gave Ghanaians water to drink and then came back to Ghanaians for our money.
But you were mischievous. Your government was just mischievous.
If you allow me,
we will allow you.
This is delayed suffering, because I know for a fact that government obligations are plenty, and government needs help. Unless I didn't read the budget well. So these I told you I'm a contrarian, and you have to appreciate.
So must you necessarily take the opposing view?
No. My concern. Listen, are we sure that this additional drop, that monies could not have given us more ambulances? Are we sure that people who are not being paid on time could not have been paid? Listen, let's be a bit, realistic here.
A while ago, your party was against the introduction of one CD, one CD levy. One CD levy. And today you are.
No, I think, please. If you look at Afenyomakin, okay, Afenyomakin was in support of it as far as it was going towards the energy sector to relieve our indebtedness. Okay, so I'm back at it that, listen,
were you in support of it?
Oh, for me, I mean, my key point with regards to the one Ghana city issue is that the NDC was so loud on e-levy, which is
1%
minute compared to the one Ghana levy. I mean, listen, I'm here talking that government revenue is going to see some shocks. Once you drop your handles, that gives you revenue. So we can be all happy, but what it means is that we are leaking somewhere. We're hemorrhaging, and listen, if you look at the government entire machine in terms of, the obligations of government and the fact that people have not been paid almost a year after working, then you go dropping your revenues. This is serious. We can laugh about it, but either way, I would have wished that this shortfall that we are looking at in terms of government revenue, because this is government revenue shortfall really, could have gone to things so that government can meet many more obligations.
But what's the drop in fuel prices even allow for more purchases for government to make that revenue?
Consumption.
No.
Consumption.
Listen, consumption. I can appreciate the fact that, like I just said here, that if I wouldn't have gone to Ashaiman to see somebody, now I'll go.
You go.
But not all commutes are necessarily useful. Okay? My biggest thing is that I would have loved that I don't necessarily need to go to the Ashaiman, but somebody who needs to get paid will get paid, and then that person can do the purchasing. It is more
but my brother, I think you are misleading us a bit. Government is not controlling the
it's
price.
a deregulated market.
No. So don't make it look like government has reduced it and government is losing. Government will still have a statutory payment from every liter of fuel that we buy.
And that might even go higher because now consumption will increase.
But what has happened is based on the open market forces,
Exactly.
supply and demand issues. Period.
Okay, to borrow from you, what OPEC does, we can't do anything about. Okay,
Yes.
but then, case in point, if government has no hand in this, then should the NDC take credit?
Of course, we take credit for the economic policies that has resulted in the reduction.
The hand we have to do with the forex.
If today the foreign exchange rate is lower and stable, it is as a result of the interventions government. Even your party is taking credit for it. That it is Baumia's misled agenda that has got us this far.
I don't think you've heard me.
Not to
say all
you.
these
I'm
things.
talking about your party. You're a member of the party, unless you have joined the.
No. There are many times that I don't necessarily, sing the same song, and you have to appreciate me.
But that doesn't discount the fact that you are still a party member.
I'm 100%
a member of the fake party.
PP. I think when Frimpong meets me, he would not say I'm one of the quote unquote
fake members.
We are literally of almost the same school of thought with a lot of things he said. But let me say this.
You and Frimpong.
Let me say this.
Don't suspend you.
He's my senior colleague.
Don't suspend you.
May I continue? so one of the key things that I want to add is that, listen, we all Ghanaians will enjoy this. There's no doubt about it. But for me, anytime government revenue, because mind you, this floor ceiling thing still has an iota of government revenue in it, and don't say it is zero. It isn't zero.
We said that
so my key thing is that, Arthur Forson and co, Arthur Forson and cabinet are making these decisions. However, we are forgetting one major chunk, which is that government wage bill, government expenditures are quite huge, and if we continue like this, it is more of a delayed, revenue, delayed payments that will be, seen in this country, and that is where I'm troubled by it. Listen, you can hide behind making things so nice. We've seen businesses like that until they hit bankruptcy. So we need to be very mindful. Listen, we've seen the Enrons of this world, and we need to be. That's why I'm very much careful that I don't want a situation where we'll hit a very low point of about 8 per, whatever,
per liter.
And then the next thing we know, the bubble bursts, and then we're at 20, and then that one reality will set in. So I'm very cautiously watching this, and forgive me, I have this economic background which lets us sort of be very cautious. We don't necessarily flow the crowd. Crowd wisdom can be very erroneous, and crowds have made followed this gold guy. What was his name?
Who's this?
The fraudster, let me put it that way.
Nan1.
Crowd followed. And some of us, we don't follow just like that.
Nan1 hasn't been convicted.
He hasn't,
The case is still
listen,
they are liable
Ponzi
for
schemes,
defamation.
Ponzi schemes, when they smell like it, look like it, you can't tell me anything else. It was a Ponzi scheme, and that one I can defend it at any court. I have my perceptions, and I can back it with everything that is necessary to prove that was a Ponzi scheme. It's just that some actors have been pulling plugs. I'm making a very serious economic point that, listen, as you are defraying a lot of costs or revenue, eventually reality will set in, and that is where I'm concerned.
In a case where it is not your doing directly, well, OPEC we have no control over. Forex, yes, but Forex should be made available for BDCs to be able to procure.
If government has no role in it, people will not be lobbying government to take it away. If government has no role in it, government can adjust it to a certain level. Government has that autonomy to
the one making the advocacy is even selling above the floor price. Okay. So if indeed there's some genuineness to the call, sell at the floor price.
What I'm getting at here is that let's not say that government has no hand. Please, that one I will not buy it. If government has no hand, we'll not be talking to government to do it. You get my point. Sorry to the
hand that government has is what we're asking government to take out.
Yes, and that is what the other side is arguing that if you take it out, you would weaken the industry.
True.
You would kick out small players. You would create price instability.
When you weaken,
the creation of the MPA was done under President Kufuor.
Channel 1 is fantastic. Keep it up.
It was done under President Kufuor. That, I mean, we all know where we came from. Where today there wasn't fuel and you know the other queues all over the place. Yeah, exactly. And so the bit about MPA and then how that sector is regulated and all that. I mean, a good creation. I think after that creation, the creation of that authority, I think who was it? Atefa.
Ken Atefa.
No, not Ken Atefa. There was another Atefa who became the CEO. The CEO. And I mean, it's enjoyed, public support, taking pressure off, government or the politicians and so on. I remember CEO Nyano, the late, once carried and apparently had happened years, before.
Exactly.
So we should enjoy the grace period.
We should enjoy it. We should enjoy it.
But I think that the cry about government revenue, government unable to meet its obligation, is a bit misplaced. I mean, we have rather seen government discharging certain obligations under 1 year, and which is very interesting. I mean, we've seen government paying outstanding debt to independent power suppliers. We've seen government taking care of bonds that have matured. We do not even, in fact, this administration have done so well that we've not borrowed. No major external borrowing.
No, the thing is we can't. Not that we,
I mean,
the issue.
Yeah, but regardless,
we have it. We have whatever we can.
And it's largely also because council, that, the MPP literally took on too many projects.
Okay? Where are they?
Which, as it stands now, the NDC, I can even cite the fact that they're going to work on only 10 of the 111 Agenda 111s. Okay, so council, if you drop from 101 projects to 10, I mean, you've dropped the expenditure by a huge factor. Granted, you've dropped jobs because people have been working at these places.
So the auditors have proven that payments were made to Agenda 111 contractors who have not discharged their work. So we don't you see the problem with the MPP is that there were a lot of waste in the past. They did not plug the waste.
You can label it waste.
The current administration have plugged all the loopholes and the waste. So we are benefiting from it. We have had payments made to contractors in the Agenda 111 project who have not discharged their obligations, and they've been asked to pay back those monies.
That if this wastage, supposed wastage, was in 111, you dropped it to 10. I mean, that's my key point here, and that is
efficient management.
Well, you can call it that. You can also call it that you're not doing the projects that you came to meet. I mean, everybody has varying opinions. The thing is either half empty or half full. I may be seeing it half full. You may be seeing it half empty. But as it stands now, council, you have to admit that government spending in the first year is always lack. And this is the year that the true expenditures of the NDC government will come to play. Mind you, this is a government that is bottom heavy. Okay, they preached that they will bring us few ministers, but bottom heavy. Okay, go to the presidency. I mean, I saw Ofosu explaining and tiring, explaining and tiring as he tried to make sense of the revenue, the salaries of some people at the presidency. Please, I mean, listen, Ghanaians are not necessarily as stupid. We've made a mistake thinking that way before. And I'm trying to let you know that this bottom-heavy government, is also spending quite a lot on emoluments and salaries, and you need to watch that.
Way less than what your government spent.
No, please.
Way less. The number of presidential staffers have reduced drastically
already.
The number of ministers have reduced. When you take a single minister, you're talking about
presidential staffers. No, please don't make that error. Go and check.
How many do you have? No, you are the one making the claim. Can you prove it?
Presidency is much higher than
how many presidential staffers do we have?
No, and the budget for the presidency. Go and check. Our period and your period is about 4 times.
A budget is not an expenditure. A budget is not an expenditure. Be mindful about
the compensation. This is true. The compensation and Mahama at the presidency is way bigger. And Ofosu came out
because
to
the ministry
explain
now has
in
been
many
attached
ways.
to the presidency.
He came to explain in many ways, which still didn't make sense. But case in point, either way, Jubilee House is now fatter than what it was before the Mahama administration. That's a fact. Based on the budget.
Back to the subject matter. Back to the subject matter. Back to the subject matter.
Yes, so in concluding, which is the case, we will enjoy now. But based on my experience, I'm troubled that this bubble will burst. Okay? No, listen. And I'm deeply concerned, that this bubble, when it bursts, from even as low as 7 per, gallon, it will go quadruple that, and that is where I'm worried. Listen, we've seen this in even the likes of Venezuela when Hugo Chavez was around. We've seen this before. So please, I mean, it's not a module that is like foreign to the world. Some have done it before, and when the eye clears, when in Ghana we say eye clear, we need to tiwa. By then, they will be scrambling and saying, "Hey, what is happening?"
But Dixon, why do we use the the rise of the, let's say, the dollar or the exchange rate to justify an increment?
Exactly.
However, when there's a reduction, that shouldn't affect the pump price. Why do we do that?
How low is low? That is my question here. Okay, so
but how high is high?
And listen, you cannot discount my worry. I'm looking at it, from several months down the line. My worry, and I keep repeating, is that listen, this is a cushioning approach. This floor pricing thing is a cushion. And if I remember correctly, the likes of Setekpe, introduced this idea that you buy a lot of fuel and save, and when the prices go up, at least government can offset.
I mean, at some point we're hedging.
Yeah, so when you take out some of the shocks and that you have, next time when things go berserk, then you are forced to go so high.
So in effect, you support the floor pricing. I think that's what it is. We should keep it as it is, and government should have a hand in it.
If you are my point is total removal is troubling.
Yeah. So we should keep it.
And
you are on the same page with me.
I am
in different
worried.
words.
Well, so you are with me, and you've been. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
It took you so long to come to.
I didn't know you were in support. You are, oh my goodness.
But what exactly would you rather have government do?
Listen, I think where we are, people are in a reasonable position, and we are in a position where we can't even get buses to go to Kaswa at 5 p.m. Okay, these are real.
That's one of your topics.
These are real issues.
But you want to start it early.
Well, I mean, let's go into it. Transport and fuel is one thing. So when we're in a country where people are struggling to get on a bus at 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. and then you are doing this whilst we need some revenue.
Doing what?
Oh, you are trying to reduce the fuel to a very low.
Nobody's reducing fuel.
Okay.
But they didn't say the fare should reduce.
Which is nice. But my key point here is that it is troubling. We need more vehicles.
It is troubling.
My biggest question is that, how is government going to...
Please, let's go out and allow him to
do a monologue.
How is government going to administer 24-hour economy at the service end of Metro Mass?
Why do you cry for the government? The government's failure is your success.
I haven't seen any sympathizer of this government.
If your enemy is making a mistake, allow him to make the mistake.
You're not even making a mistake.
Should we just stand there and watch government make mistakes? No.
The government now is going to investigate Metro Mass under your administration for selling buses at 2,500 cedis.
I didn't work there.
When your party was in power.
Well, they can do all the reviews. Auditor General has done every year. What different things would they find? What they may argue about is the administrative decisions that led to fewer buses or the non-purchase of newer ones to replace damaged and old ones.
Or deliberately running down the buses so you can sell them.
A while ago he was telling us that the government took up so many projects, and that is why. But here we are.
No well-meaning Ghanaian at Metro Mass will run it down, except for the fact that maybe when procurements were landed at the finance ministry, it was not done. Okay, that one you cannot fault the maybe possible CEO, or maybe the CEO had frictions with finance ministry. We don't know. Okay, so these are some of the issues and the realities. That's why
Revelations 12.
I am saying that it is quite worrying that we are currently in a situation where passengers are suffering. And it is a reality. And I'm even more troubled, Council, by the fact that prices fluctuate in Ghana now. When you bought Trotro at 2 p.m. is different. When you go at 5, it's different. That is troubling.
No,
that needs to be watched under your
I agree that it is worrying, but that is not a doing of government. That is one of the effects. That's one of the effects of a free market system, where you are people determine price based on the demand. Of course, and this issue we are talking about is a reality of a reflection of the demand and supply issue. In the mornings when there's peak season and everybody's trying to get onto the bus, the bus drivers and the mates are taking advantage to price over price. I mean, even for longer distances now, they break the distance into 3, and then they say I'm loading from maybe wage, I'll get our condition. I mean, this. And that is what we are all concerned about. That listen, it's about time the driver unions are brought to book and understand that listen, we all operate in an economy that we should benefit from price stability. We should benefit from the benefit of the economy of scale and everything that's going on here. But if you allow the price increase, we do, of course, we do. Who is functioning very well?
Okay.
Yes.
I haven't heard him talk.
I mean, we are concerned about what is happening, and I'm sure government will address it in no time. That the issues of transportation, the issues of drivers increasing prices here and there. I mean, this morning I had my nephew in my car telling me that sometimes in the morning, instead of 6 cities, they will take 10 cities, and then by afternoon they reverse back to the 6 cities, and the evening when they are taking bill, they will go back to 10 cities and all that. I mean, that is unfair. That's unfair, but we all subscribe to a free market system, and these are some of the effects of the free market system. You, on one hand, want government not to regulate, not to have so much hand in it. You should allow the system to operate. On the other hand, you are crying foul that government is not
It's an apology to capitalism.
You are a product of capitalism. In the past, we saw what is it?
I mean, there's nowhere in the world where prices of fare changes with time. As for energy bill, I understand we do that.
But why aren't you dealing with
but
the
you have been traveling abroad. When there's certain seasons, flight tickets are expensive. There are certain seasons it's cheaper. So you appreciate that.
Flight.
There are
seasonal things with flights. But it cannot be that in the morning the flight price changes and in the evening it changes. My key point is that as for ticketing, that is the norm. When there are more passengers, the prices go down. When there are fewer travels, is different. That one is a norm of that industry.
It is.
But Ghana, from Kaneshi to Makola, I mean, is it more sunnier at night or what? I mean, this is not right.
We saw it in the past when Kwesibocho would announce.
We don't have a transport minister.
No. Mind
we
you,
don't.
We moved away. We do have a very competent transport.
I've been to Tripoli, where I think he's from. The roads are very bad, but that is not his making.
But we
don't have a transport minister.
Talking about roads.
No, I'm saying I know him, but we don't have a transport minister who is effective.
This is not fair.
Because I'm not. Listen,
it's not fair.
He has denied claims of non-performance just yesterday.
This is not fair.
Yesterday.
Just yesterday. He spoke.
What time?
Yesterday there was a meeting at the transport ministry. He spoke.
In fact,
on Friday there was a meeting with the vice president.
To put it on record that the transport minister cannot be blamed, and he has performed very well, creditably well. In fact, what has happened?
Not for the average.
What we have seen from the shortage of buses from Metro Mass and others.
It's not his making.
Of course, poor mismanagement of your administration.
After 12
the
months,
failure to buy new buses to replace the broken down ones. Selling off buses at very cheap price, as low as 2,500 cedis. That is like buying even a Yam phone is how much now? An Infinix phone is how much now? And you are telling me that you gave out buses at 2,500 cedis, and you refuse to buy new buses to replace the broken down ones, the ones that were written off. This is a reflection completely of the mismanagement of the previous administration. And luckily, the current administration have promised us that new buses are coming in. In fact, we've been told that by end of February, new buses will come in to augment the numbers that we have. Let's manage this, the issues at the moment, and hopefully things will get better.
Based on your assessment,
like we pushed you out of the conversation.
Larry's enjoying.
No, the politicians are taking for me, it's quite striking.
The dog will come in.
I heard Dixon talk about revenue, that government's revenue was going to fall, and that he was crying for government. Then contractors wouldn't be paid. He was crying for the contractors. Then talked about delayed payments and then salaries and other,
which is a reality.
Yeah, so he was also crying for the workers. For the workers. Then he was also crying. He was worried also about projects that will not be completed. So Dixon came today.
And a bubble that will bust.
Yeah, and then the bubble that will bust.
He's a Ghanaian first before anything.
Before everything. Yes. And then he became a prophet also, prophet of doom. That Charlie.
That's the bubble.
Yeah.
It has happened to so many economies.
Okay.
It didn't bust under
where they dropped their fuel prices so much, and then the next morning, the next thing they knew,
it's as we keep saying, it's a deregulated.
That's when I brought the one thing in.
It's a deregulated market, and so what it means is that tomorrow, should the dollar go up again, it's obviously going to go up.
It won't go in line with the dollar incremental.
Why?
Please, that's why I'm saying that it's a bubble.
But it came down with the dollar,
not at the same rate.
Okay.
I hope you get where I'm coming from. It won't, like for instance, if it's 1 per 1, the fuel prices will not change 1 per 1.
Obviously, it won't go 1 per 1.
I mean, that's not the only factor.
Yes,
that's not the only factor.
Yeah, that's not the only factor that
determines the price. But it's a significant factor.
I've told you my worries.
It's all right,
and it's fair to have those worries.
Okay, so I am excited. I am excited because I'm a consumer. And the lower it is, the more I could buy, and then the more I could stay and do my business and other things. Okay. And then you can also, I'm happy for you that you can also go to Ashama and even your hometown. Where is it? Where you from? Cool. Okay. Obomi. You can go to Obomi and back. Your mom and
Obomi is not the only cool place.
Don't worry. Your mom and dad can also travel. Who are watching you?
I'm an impressive boy.
Don't worry about that. And then Lantik can also go to his hometown and come back.
Absolutely.
You get it. I mean, let's.
In fact, the MPs who travel long.
It's good. Happy. I mean, let's experience some of these things. Let's experience some of these things, and then things will happen. We need to adjust and so on. And
let's enjoy it whilst it lasts.
Sure. Let's tie it into the transport.
Yes.
And then let's look at the meetings that have happened for the difficulty, challenges that passengers are going through, and this planned reintroduction of ID tags for the commercial vehicles.
For me, I don't think that the ID tag is the best thing to do, or we can do that alongside, numbering some of these vehicles. Because if Lamtek is, let's say, a trotro driver, and he has the ID card, as a passenger, do I go asking him, Lamtek,
where's your card?
Yes, where's your card?
And then.
But if the car is numbered and Lamtek misbehaves, I can call a police officer and say that, listen, that particular car with this number, so and so did this, did that. And then he could be stopped on the way. And then
Ghana police.
In fact, I was even thinking that we would have a pricing mechanism for the commercial vehicles based on mileage and time spent. A calculation that would be fair to all, so that anytime there's an increase in price, it reflects in some increase in the fares as well, and reduction will also will cause some reduction. And it does not lie in the hands of the mate to determine the price. Like you take an Uber, the driver does not tell you the price. You don't need to negotiate. There is a mechanism that allows it to determine the price. You understand? So a similar mechanism that will allow the fair pricing in fares, so that anyone who bought a trotro knows that, okay, from Circle to Carnation will cost me this amount of money, whether it's at dawn, whether it's at night, and that's the stable price across. The same way we apply someone going to Sawam or going to somewhere else.
But they are approved fares. It's just that these drivers are taking advantage of the current
situation. So the driver unions, instead of bringing IDs, they should enforce the approved fares.
So
because
the
what would
what
the ID do? Do I go inspecting the IDs? If I inspect the ID and so what?
And so on, true.
Do you understand? But if they can have task force out there to enforce the fares, the approved fares, I mean, that should be fair to everybody. Now they're exploiting ordinary passengers. People board vehicles and they break the journey into 3 stops and charge at every stop. Piecemeal. I mean, we just had it at all peak hours. They are charging almost times 2 the price.
At a blade, one charge. Cool. One charge. 3
charges.
But that's why I'm saying that the transport minister is absent. Okay, and you know, let me say it with the greatest of respect.
Why you keep saying he's absent?
Listen,
what are you expecting?
Listen, let me borrow from the NDC. Everything good is under their making. So how come you now want us to say that, you know, the past administration, the past administration, you know, so which is which? Let's be a bit consistent. So help me out. All the good things are under your making within 1 year. But all the bad things are under the MPP administration for the 1 year. And that's why I think that lack of planning, you know, also is part of this. And I must admit, not everything is necessarily the NDC administration, but I think you came to meet something. Maybe you came to meet bad Metro Mass. What things did you put in place before we got here? And if you tell me you've been to India yesterday, I mean, listen, by the time you do that procurement, it'll be December this year. So I want to understand that, you know, when we vetted transport minister, the 12 months, was it honeymoon? I mean, what was he doing really to forestall this? Okay, and I want to boldly say that this has been inadequate planning on his part. The buck stops at his office, just as the education minister is admitting to the fact that the release of ill content stops at his back.
His argument is like, you know, this, what's his name? Koku Ajimamenu was prepared for COVID. That he, you know, he's frustrated. Yeah, he anticipated it all.
Vaccines.
As for Kokumenu is a different matter. COVID is a natural disaster that.
Yeah, but I mean, a group of people deciding that they want to, you know, extort money or fleece people. What can
there are issues. Listen,
I mean, I understand when you talk about procurement delays and the rest, but we all understand that the procurement processes in this country goes through a long process. If today we are told that by end of February we will have buses, first batch of buses coming, it means that the procurement may have started some 3 months, some 4 months ago. But of course, it wasn't made public.
Yes, but I'm saying, how many buses can he procure?
And it's the solution
procurement.
And indeed, let's give the man a blanket to go out. And let's even be mindful. The transport minister is not responsible for procuring buses.
No.
Metro Mass runs as a company. And so,
Metro Mass is an agency and the transport ministry.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, they have an independent board, they have an independent management, they take decisions.
But it's the solution to the problem procurement of buses.
Not exactly. Repair is also part of it.
But
and unfortunately,
but the ones that are supposed to be
our maintenance culture,
according to them.
You see, what we may in the long run start thinking about is indeed introducing train systems to augment the bus. We see our routes remain practically the same. The number of vehicles have increased. The traffic and the passengers numbers too have increased so much. And one other thing that we need to think about clearly is that there's so much in the center. Everybody wakes up in the morning and we are all running to the center. We are all going towards circles, ministries and the rest. In fact, I had wished that even the creation of the High Court complex would have been taken out somewhere. There are about 46 courtrooms in that building. Imagine 46 judges driving. Take about 10 lawyers having cases across. Take
They
the
would have
clerks,
been
take the
driving from their
people.
homes
So you have
close-
close about
close by.
1,000 people
Yeah.
driving towards one building. In that same
Vicinity.
area, we have so many other. We need to now decongest.
We should move police headquarters away.
There are satellite towns around. The West and the likes.
we need to.
And
Amasama and Akosombo, and even Price.
I like Akosombo.
I mean,
You're going to relax there.
President Akufo-Addo wouldn't be happy hearing this.
Why?
Oh, Akosombo.
The National Cathedral.
Oh, I never supported
In
it.
fact,
Its
that is
location.
another thing.
Putting it over where
I never
That's
supported that
another
location.
thing.
That one I can be vocal about.
I
felt
found the
that-
location so wrong.
I felt that, prayers in a very serene environment makes you much closer to God. So I felt that the cathedral should have been taken outside of Accra, like the Anakazo, or what do you call that place? Where you get closer to greenage, except for the fact that the NDC is cutting down trees in every, which is troubling.
NDC?
But
NDC is what?
foot
Cutting
soldiers,
down
sorry.
trees.
Foot soldiers, the Every Garden, Botanical Garden, of all places. I mean,
some arrests have been made.
They're foot soldiers.
Listen, individuals are taking
this is a
something,
different
and then you quickly throw in NDC.
This is a different matter.
This jab, if I throw one at you, I guess you take it in good faith.
It should have been the Accra-Tema forest, but not Every. Charlie.
Even Accra-Tema forest also.
At least it's better than Every Garden.
It was sold.
Yes, you under your government.
It was
you sold it.
It was
sold and rolled forever.
Those were youthful thinking of those people who did it. I think was
that man is a youth.
60-something-year-old
That man is a
youth.
Anyways,
Larry, what should be the
He's
solution
late,
to this
so-
transport crisis that we're witnessing?
Okay,
How
so
do we address
I think there's supposed to be a certain regulation, which is
that's a regulation 121 of the Road Traffic Management Regulation Act. Yeah.
That says that commercial drivers or vehicles ought to be registered in their operations and so on, and that a person not licensed shouldn't operate a thing like that. Now it's good. Sounds well on paper.
It even spells out the routes.
Look at
for
that.
specific. But you see, because we fragmented the assembly, especially the AME. Now there are so many districts and municipalities within Accra. Because elsewhere in other cities, it is, if you like, the mayor is involved in the transportation system. But we don't have that.
No, we don't. We tried to introduce some time ago where even taxis were registered with their various districts and the rest, and they're supposed to operate within their district. But over time, we didn't enforce it strictly. And
I was in Lagos once and noticed that most of their vehicles were, had particular colors. Okay, so you can't move. You can't move into another area. When you are not licensed or you don't have the right color to go there. Now that color system is so nice. Okay, so that when you meet him there, you know that listen, it's illegal for him to be here. So he can be punished. Okay, you the passenger also know that this particular car wouldn't go to that destination. You get it. So you know what you are picking and where it's going, and also in there is where the guy will not take advantage of you and say that okay, he's going to let's say Bukom. Meanwhile, he picked you from Medina. So on the way,
make it simple. Abli, one charge. One charge. One charge.
Okay, so then you start doing that. You get it. Again, the numbering system should be solid. That I think they got them to be wearing some uniforms some time ago.
At the point.
At the point. But the uniform doesn't do anything if you don't have any numbering.
See, in a rush hour, when you are looking for a vehicle to go to work and then the vehicle pulls up, you're not now going to look at the uniform of a driver.
No.
But if we are enforcing, this driver will not be
exactly. And then the passengers can be strong enough to say, listen, it's a 6 cities, we are not paying anything beyond that. And all of them can agree not to do that. But now there's no enforcement. So once the car guys get there and say, listen, it's 10 cities, either you join or you don't join. But if it's enforced, we all know our rights. We'll stick to it.
I think the bigger problem is the enforcement.
If they had been in UK or elsewhere, quickly, people would have come together,
boycott,
and then boycotted, or even quickly government would have come out with some an emergency legislative mechanism to control this.
They have alternatives. They have alternatives.
Can't we just copy what they are doing?
You see, they have
they can do what Tata is
saying. And they have good systems. They have metering systems that allow you to determine the mileage you are going through.
Cote d'Ivoire, that's metering system.
Yeah.
Oh, even Cote d'Ivoire. It's a taxi in Cote d'Ivoire. There's a metering system. It calculates the distance you are traveling. There's a rate, and then it gives you the cost.
You pay.
So for me, I think that we should go on the colors. Let's get the colors, and then let's number the vehicles.
Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3.
Yes, then you know that, so that you can quickly report to somebody. You take a picture, this person did this person did that. And then you create a platform that, all this thing can be accessed.
Very well. Gentlemen, let's take a break here. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We're going on a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with the conversations. But please send us your comments, your thoughts, and contributions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Another payment through Stanbic. Smooth as always.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
Darling, can you please help with the bills, especially at your school fees?
From school fees to utilities, the government and statutory payments to investments, insurance payments, Hajj payments, and more.
Mommy, my fees has been paid.
Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life.
Please tell me everything has been paid.
No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic. Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call to get started.
Life is a celebration of moments.
Big
and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
You're welcome back. Grateful for your time. This is the news review segment on Breakfast Daily, and we're inviting you to join the conversations. Send us your thoughts and your comments. I have a quick message. I'll take it, and then we'll go back into the conversations. This one says, good morning to you, Nana, and your family panel. Calls to remove the fuel price floor policy are timely, as fuel prices have shown downward trends both locally and globally. However, the expected relief has not reached the ordinary Ghanaian. Despite lower pump prices, transport fares remain unchanged or have even increased, leaving commuters burdened by high cost. This highlights a clear gap between fuel price reductions and real economic relief. Any policy reform, including removing the price floor, must ensure that benefits translate directly into lower transport costs and improved living conditions for citizens. Abu Safianu from Damango sent that one in. You can also send yours in. Let us know what you think about the transportation issues and, of course, the fuel pricing matter. But let's wrap up on the transport bit. Doc, yes, your final thoughts on this transport crisis that we're facing.
Well, I think on the whole, Ghana's transport sector needs a lot of attention. I'm deeply concerned about drivers who drive long hours and crash on our roads. Our road safety record is not the best, and I'm sure pretty soon we'll be recording accidents on our roads, to a higher degree. I also think that this
to be having
fluctuating
some negative predictions. So.
The fluctuations in prices.
People will drive longer distances
recklessly to burn fuel.
Yeah,
and they kill themselves.
So we should conclude, if you don't mind. The fluctuation in prices of transport is unacceptable. This idea that in the morning the prices are different from the afternoon, and then in the afternoon is different from the evening, is troubling. And people's pays are the same, but their transport is being jacked up. And I think that government needs to look at that carefully. And we need a transport ministry that is proactive, a transport ministry that is engaging the public so that we understand what is really happening. And then we need to see transport ministry with GPRTU resolving this issue. If not, I don't see a reset agenda without transportation. And that is my fair assessment. I admit that Metrobus had issues, I admit, but it's been 12 months into government. Please, let's resolve whatever the issues are. Ghanaians gave you the mandate for some of these reasons. So please, Mr. President and Cabinet Minister, Transport Minister, please, let's try and resolve this issue. It is troubling. Passengers are suffering.
The minister has been very engaging in the past few days, so I'm surprised. Even
together
together
with
with
the
his
vice president, even the vice president.
I'm not seeing.
Anyway, I mean, you can choose to see what you want to see.
Half full, half empty.
You can't say that he can't do more.
One charge.
He has to do more.
He has to do more.
He's
been very, very visible together with it, and it looks like he's moving.
For you.
He's moving with the deputy.
Out there.
Engaging the stakeholders, the transport operators.
I haven't felt it. So, the passengers are suffering. And that one,
Ghanaians are suffering.
Passengers are suffering. I'm limiting my thing to passengers.
Can we sing that song?
So I think that to wrap up on this issue of transport challenges that we are having, in every policy or every situation, you would have some teething issues coming up. I mean, and this is a very significant matter that will require some interventions as quickly as possible. And I'm glad that the government is not explaining it off or it's not trying to defend itself, but it's accepting the challenge that yes, there are real challenges. The transport minister has been up and doing. He and his team have been engaging stakeholders. And there are two things we need to look at. One is the issues of the fares that it's not reflecting the price in reduction in fuel. And the other issue is the shortages of buses. Luckily, we have been informed and assured that some buses are coming in towards the end of February. We also be assured that there will be engagement with the transport unions. And the transport unions themselves are also taking up the challenge, saying that they are going to introduce ID cards. My concern is that maybe the ID cards may not necessarily address the issue of the instability in the fares. We would rather expect that the transport unions would set up task forces as they have in various stations and bus stops to ensure enforcement of the acceptable or approved fares. I mean, you should think about it. If you are a driver today and you are driving, you think that you can increase prices at your own rate, think about it that it also affects the market woman. And the market woman would let it reflect in the price of the food items that your wife goes to buy. Eventually, your children will suffer it. The food that feeds the teachers in the school also will affect everyone. And so it goes around to affect all of us. See, if there's a reduction in fuel prices, let's it benefit all of us. Let's see it reflect in the price of items. Let's see it reflect in the price of fares. And let the unions enhance the enforcement mechanism so that we can enforce this and get the benefits of the reduction we are all enjoying and experiencing.
Like,
if let's say one of those drivers, was involved in an accident, and then he's rushed to a hospital, and then the nurse who is supposed to be, to receive him, couldn't get to that hospital on time to receive him,
or got there at a high cost.
Exactly. Do you know what would happen? Yeah. So I mean, while you think that you are too wise or too clever than everybody, and twisting people's arms and collecting money and so on, listen, I mean, there's something that could befall you in the process, because I mean, your colleague who would have dropped that lady or medical officer in war to take care of you or your, your relative, hasn't been able to do that because you had incited him not to do the thing. You get it? So think that you are smart, think that you are too clever, think that you are everything, more knowledgeable than everybody, but there's something waiting for you. Why do we as a people always like, putting ourselves in too much difficulty like that? If fuel prices come down, hey, do your work, make your small money. Little drops of water, that's what. Make, a mighty ocean. The spare parts dealer, I mean, they started using old stock since when? And for 12 months, they are still doing old stock.
It hasn't run out.
They are still doing old stock. Again, it all boils down to the same thing where we are trying to take advantage of ourselves. Listen, you walk to Abosokai. There are the store owners, and then there are the agents.
I get them.
Okay, who are also there. So before you park your car, they rush on you. Oh, what do you need? And then I have it. And he poses as the owner. Of the shop.
I get them.
Yeah, I get them. I get them.
I have it.
Then he will go and.
Interesting. He doesn't even know what you're asking for.
What
he's now going to look for it.
Go to look for it, and then he will inflate the price. Okay, so he hasn't traveled before. He doesn't even know what.
He doesn't even have a shop.
He doesn't have a shop.
It's not
transactional cost.
Yeah, he's made so much money. You get it. Then the guy who is coming to fix the thing for you also takes money. So one thing that you're supposed to get for 50 cedis, you end up paying close to 1,000 because somebody thinks that he's being clever. Okay. But having said all that, there's this guy called Benjamin Agosu Kachepo, who is the chairman of the Protoa. And he's supposed to be an MPP man who contested one of the K2 South constituency executives.
Okay.
You get it. So maybe Dixon, who is a party person, can engage this guy and then tell him that, listen, I mean, Ghanaians are suffering with this attitude that they have. Some of them have adopted.
He might not be able to do much because he is Protoa.
Yeah, this
but GPR2 is controlling about 85 to 90%.
No, okay,
of the
but even if they are also controlling 1%, they can also do something. Imagine GPR2 is saying this, and then Protoa is saying the other.
Imagine
that is being huge.
Imagine what Star Oil is doing. Star Oil is controlling about 10.4% of the market, and they are calling on price reduction, and causing a lot of.
So he, as the leader of an organization, Protoa. A party
reading papers.
Dixon, I'm talking to you. I'm saying your party man leads Protoa.
I've heard.
You've heard. Would you do something about it?
We'll do our best. To talk to him.
The scenario you created about the driver who unfortunately will fall in an accident and then the nurse being charged. The funny thing. This driver sitting in his truck will be listening to the radio, and a story like the Metro Mass bus is being sold for 2,500 will come up. He will sit behind the steering wheel and say that politicians are confused. Meanwhile, you are stealing from the people.
Exactly.
He has forgotten about that one.
That's we are good at it.
Why is the state running Metro Mass separately and Ayalolo separately?
Well, maybe they want to diversify.
Yes.
I think Ayalolo is also.
Metro Mass is a company on its own. Ayalolo is under GATT.
Before we get there,
and where are the electric buses that they brought in?
Oh, I see them in town. I see a few ones on the Medina Street.
Yeah, I also saw one today.
I see a few.
I also saw one. But this price control thing that Jerry Rollins is accused of. Apparently, even Achampong also, tried it. And then maybe just after, when Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown also, a lot of the things that people got from the ministers' rooms, most ministers people went out there selling those things, don't come.
In fact, let me tell you again that Ghanaian history shows that in the past, Ghanaians generally have taken undue advantage of each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why we have Kalabuli.
Yes,
yeah. And then they introduced control. I remember when I was in primary school at Airport Police Primary, we had a market called Control Market, where prices were controlled. And they will go around and ensure that you are selling at the right price. And because of this same historical thing, it means we have not learned from it. I mean, Rollins and his team were accused of lashing market women.
It's a free market thing.
Because they were actually hoarding products and selling them at high prices.
And then charge exorbitant prices.
And we are almost seeing a resemblance of some of these things. I think it is unfair to all of us. We should move away.
I mean, your party has
start lashing them.
But you know, Dixon's party, when they are talking, they say, oh, it's a free market. It's a free market. It's free market. I mean, free markets that even affect your own people.
You see, it was under this same free market. You remember very well the Agric Minister under MPP was forced to bring food items to the ministry and sell because the market women were taking undue advantage of price increases at the time.
Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. In my humble opinion, I think there should be a pricing mechanism in this country. Citizens of this country have been taken for granted for far too long. Petroleum prices have dropped drastically, so we expect this to have an effect on our transportation fares.
And food prices.
Yes. Nana, but we should not also allow those who sold our metro buses to go scot-free. And he's again asking, Nana, what is being done about the Ayalolo buses parked at the Achimota Lorry Park? Something should be done about it.
This is a buses matter. I mean, it's early days.
We saw them for 2,500.
They should the investigation. They should do the investigation and then let us know. But I'm saying this mindful of the fact that a lot of investigations, are ongoing. Some were promised in the NDC manifesto that we are yet to know about. The sale of the government lands and so on to private individuals and so on under the MPP. President Mahama, during some of his campaign, promised that was going to be investigated and then, the report put out. I think he even said a commission of inquiry or so was to go into it. I don't know whether
you know the favorite quote that we got there and we were the enemies.
Okay.
Let me say that because you brought it up. The lands
but
issue.
I've finished.
The lands issue. It turns out that quite a lot of those that people were claiming to have been sold under the MPP administration were rather sold
under the NDC.
And that's why
I don't know where you're getting these numbers from.
Let me cite, for instance, the cantonment judges who were screaming. It was sold by the NDC administration and it was in court proceedings, but they got their judgment during the MPP administration. So then you cry foul only to realize that, hey, we actually release these lands. So that is part of the issue where
for me, whether or not the NDC sold or MPP sold,
I'm saying that
we need to know the outcome of this investigation.
Because this thing there's political consensus.
How do you come and tell Ghanaians that
when it favors both of us, when
we sit on
when we see one side is sitting more than us, then
I mean the political class, you guys are taking advantage of the law.
You can't come and say that we sold anymore because after their review, they
encourage the investigation. You wouldn't.
How do you investigate something that is known?
What is known?
It's already known that the NDC.
Listen. You are speculating. You are speculating and making it look like.
I sat with Okujato, a black wire at another station. We went over this, and it turned out that
and he saw documents.
Saw the lands that he thought were quote unquote sold by the MPP administration were actually his own government.
So, see, Dixon, you have been unfair. You are sitting here making reference to a black wire.
Who is not here to defend.
No, he was one of the people.
More important than this information, if you said that you obtain. Hold on, let's not digress. See, when your argument is being flawed, then you go and bring LGBT. Listen, wait. If you are telling us that you have information from Lands Commission.
When you're eating, you don't talk, I understand.
If you have
LGBTQ,
he's working.
See, don't divert the situation.
I'm not diverting.
If you have information from Lands Commission that supports your claim, you will make a better argument. And to say that please hold it there. You were on set another TV station with a black wire, and then a black wire held some document, and from what you read from someone's documents, it is the case that
the documents related to those lands it had been sold actually in the previous administration.
Let's move.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I think that this we should be. The investigation should happen. Let's see the report.
Yeah.
Then we can speak to it as to who did what. Okay, but I mean, saying that buses have been sold for a certain amount of money when we don't have all the facts. For me, I think I'm a bit constrained. In that regard, the investigation should happen, and we should know who is doing the investigation. When it's completed, we should see the report. Names should be mentioned. Okay. For you make my uncle bought one. Wow. Yes, I should know that.
Probably in your name too.
No, but see, we can't blame the purchasers.
Yeah.
We can only blame those in charge. Because I mean, any of us here, when you are offered items at reasonable prices, you nothing stops you from buying.
Targeted sale.
Get the offer.
Targeted sale.
But whoever is doing the valuation properly,
where the auction was done, conducted the auction.
There was a valuation and all that. I mean, the skeleton of
with no Metro Mass, how bad could they have gotten to be sold at 2,500?
Well, I mean, let the investigation happen.
Even if it is scrap, do you think that the entire metal scrap will be
valued? It was probably to support some small private business. It was probably done to.
Well, let's not speculate.
By way of government subsidy.
Let's have the.
You want to buy a mod scrap for how much?
The Soviet era one.
The Soviet era.
My passengers are suffering.
Very well. Let's spend the rest of our time in your home, NPP.
Oh.
Yeah. You have a few days to go to the polls.
Fantastic. I think this is the best topic
for the day.
Yeah, but it's a family matter. Why are you signing peace pact? Are you people threatening each other?
Oh, listen. Let me say on TV that I watched Dr. Brian Champon talk, and he said that when you lose gracefully, okay, and he believes that it's a game of chance.
It's not a game of chance.
You stand to win or lose. It's two
election
things.
is not a game of chance.
Oh,
respectfully. It's with the gaming commission.
Yeah, so it's not a game of chance. Respectfully. Elections, you go in either win or lose.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree.
So when you go in, and I'm a big time Vegas boy. Okay. So when I say that,
but Vegas is a beautiful place.
And your father,
Ajana 1, Ajana 2.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
So I say this that all of us going into this know the outcomes can be either win or lose. And should you lose, you should lose gracefully. And what it also means is that hell shouldn't break loose when you've lost. And that is one of the key things. And time is on the side of the likes of Dr. Brian Champon because he's young. He knows that he can go 2 or 3.
So is that the plan?
No, I'm saying that, for him, he's gearing. If he wins, fantastic. If he loses, he will accept the loss. Especially when everything is done fairly. To borrow from Frimpong, Dr. Frimpong, who is saying that the party headquarters is an extension.
Professor Frimpong.
Professor Dr. Frimpong, or however you want to put it. That the party's... Prof Frimpong. That the party's headquarters is an extension of one of the candidates' office. So we are hoping when we go to the ballot and everything is fair and we count fairly and a loss happens to any of the candidates, we should take it in good faith. However, in all of this, it's important that there is an agreement, for all 5, or shall I say the 3 leading candidates, because some have been not going to constituencies and all that for 1 or 2 reasons.
Who are they?
Oh, in this race, the likes of Kwabena, and Dr. Educhum have not been able to pick up the steam.
Educhum's team says that their campaign has been mind-blowing.
Yeah. Oh, for them.
Yeah.
For them.
Maybe they are using the submarine tactics.
It's not visible. It's not visible.
It mustn't be visible. They're targeting the delegates.
It's not visible.
Submarine.
So in a large state, I think even the baby on the street knows that it's a 3-horse race. To a large extent.
No more 2-horse race.
It is. I mean, listen, let me admit on air that, in all honesty, I'm so happy that Dr. Brian Champon joined the race. It has brought some, coolness in all of this campaign, excited the base.
Why do I smell Kwewu solidarity?
Oh no! Listen,
boys.
He's a great and I'm impressed. But in honesty, if it was a 2-horse race, the bickering, the fighting would have been even more severe.
Really? Worse than what we are seeing?
It would have been worse because then it would be a strong Kennedy camp, strong Bao camp. Even with the middle person, it's even heavy. And I must admit that I sleep better knowing that Brian came in to as it is, smoothing the edges a little bit. And we are really hopeful that if the delegates want a peaceful after 31st election, because I'm worried about the aftermath. And it is because of the aftermath that it is better that we get a candidate who will be able to bring the two. There's no way one-sided titan, whether Kennedy or Bao, will have it easy after 31st. Should any of them win, trust me. Because the entrenched positions of their supporters, not the candidate, but their supporters, is quite worrying. When you visit with them, some of the things they say off camera, which I can't say here, I'm deeply concerned, especially after the 31st, because, it seems others will be going after others. And if we continue on that path, the party is in shatters. So Dr. Brian Champon stands the strongest chance to revive the base of the party. And I'm also very hopeful that the 2 million...
Are you closing at 55?
The 2 million deficit that we have in terms of votes, Dr. Brian Champon will be the one because of the home base theory. And the home base theory is simple. Home match, when the Kotoko is playing in Ashanti region, the euphoria is different than when they play away. And it's been proven in soccer, it's been proven in sports, and I believe that his home baseness
is applicable in politics.
Is applicable in politics in the sense that it will excite more people in our strong base. It will excite more people in our strong base to come and vote.
Very well.
Our turnout was not good, and that is why we lost.
When are you signing this peace pact?
We're hoping that the party will set up a date favorable for all the candidates. As it stands now, we have completed the entire country and are revisiting, unlike the other candidates who haven't completed. We have done a Greater Accra tour again. We are finishing Eastern today. And, that means that we have finished and we are revisiting, and this will not be shown in the polls.
Reinforcement.
The polls will not show this. And that's why that I think that the results will be very surprising for the media when the results come out, because we've done serious groundwork. Our candidate has stepped foot in every constituency. Some are doing Zoom meetings. Some are doing phone calling. Radio. Others on radio. But we have a candidate who has been to every constituency and stepped foot. And if you intend to be president of this country and you can't step foot in some constituencies for one or two reasons, then it is troubling. It is troubling. Yes.
Thank you.
So I hope that it will be a fantastic Saturday next week, and all of this will be behind us.
Very well. I think
is there a movie for you?
Well, I think that the what is happening, it's some reflection on the character of NPP. I mean, we understand that competition sometimes will get a bit dirty and we'll have people throwing jabs at each other, but the stage where it has gotten to and what we are hearing and seeing, it's very concerned, because listen, you have people making accusations and counter accusations against each other, calling out names that I can't even repeat myself. I mean, it's not good. It's not good because any of them can become candidates. In the very, very, very unlikely, which is never going to happen anyway, that any of them become presidents. This character, these accusations, no, none of them.
Or not in the near future?
None of the candidates out there. None of the five will be 2028. None of them.
I said the same
none of them.
So it's okay.
I'm telling you that none of them. See, no candidate among them would beat the NDC in a general election. None of them will beat the NDC.
Never say never.
I'm telling you, 2028, none of them. you may perhaps be thinking in the future. Give yourself some 20 years or more to carry. And that is where I see you. That's where I see you moving towards the checkpoint thinking that. But you see, what is concerning for me is that if an ordinary internal election will call for the signing of a peace pact, then there's cause for us to be worried.
You didn't do that in NDC.
We had this as general elections, not within the party. I mean, in the party, you are asked to confirm that when you commit yourself, that when you lose, you will not go independent and all that. But not a peace pact. A peace pact means that when you lose, you are likely to what?
Obliterate the party.
Come on, that is of great concern. When we should be worried, it tells us that MPP is not a good party. It's not a good alternative that we should concern ourselves about. We should not think that they can manage this country and become, even in a position they are not competent enough, let alone give them opportunity to rule. I wish them well, but we are all concerned about what is going on.
You wish as well.
Yeah. I think that whoever would emerge as a winner of the contest should win overwhelmingly, such that it will be like America and Japan after the atomic bomb was thrown. Everything went down.
In fact, this contest is quite tough right now.
Okay, so then the victory will be resounding in a manner that the other candidates.
The gap should be big enough to shut up.
Yeah, exactly, to shut up everybody.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Yesterday I was watching Kennedy Japan on one of the channels, and the things he was saying about Baumia, calling him a liar. I mean, how can a vice president lie like that? So and he went on and on that he had said that the Dubois was sick and couldn't go.
I haven't seen.
Okay, but you just said that he was sick. You haven't seen by this. So what? So I mean, that is Kennedy. I doubt whether Kennedy would throw his weight behind Baumia.
He said no comment.
Who?
Kennedy said no.
Okay.
Now, he lose.
Yeah, the same guy. You recall when he lost the other one. And then went to town. Most of the things he said were the things that the NDC, jumped on and then used it against him. Now, Brian has also said so many other things, including the party wouldn't be able to unite for the 2028 election without him as flag-bearer.
It's a fact.
Okay, thank you. Then this man, Edu Chum, also said that his campaign has been mind-blowing. Meanwhile, we don't see him around. As for
are you a delegate? Are you a delegate? Are you a delegate?
You know that song?
As for Community Japan, I mean,
Tele election.
I think he has an event today.
He's a tele one.
Okay. So. But I mean, there's been claims that he's, cash strapped.
Oh, really?
So he can.
This might not be Joko. This contest. That one, yeah. I won't lie to you.
And you know something? Each of them. So when we went there, and then the way the delegates received us, it's victory for us. So
welcome.
Yeah, exactly. So then you ask, these delegates are they going to go? Are they voting for you? Him or the other
person? Sing the same song for every candidate.
Yeah, it's the same.
Fear delegates.
Yeah,
fear delegates.
It is the small TNT factor.
Yeah,
which is scary.
So when they see the TNT,
Charlie, they look at it and then they look at the
compare.
ballots. And then Charlie, that is why it is a very scary game.
But we don't have to get to a point where party that says they are apostles of democracy, they are the believers of rule of law. They brought whatever democratic rule into wherever.
We are now
citing several cases in constitutional law and all other things. Today they are being forced to sign what a pact before they. Yeah, before they go into the election. You don't have to get to that level.
We're there. That's why we need Brian.
Why are you there?
He's a Joshua. He's a Joshua.
Maybe the Okwe report can answer the why.
Yeah, which
that page?
136.
Page 136. The heavily pregnant 136.
I think so the passes.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been good. Thank you so much, Lamtek. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you, Larry. Thank you also for sending your messages in. This has been the news review segment here on Breakfast Daily. But please don't go away. The show continues after this.
Shopping just got easier with Franco Online. You get to buy original phones, electronics, and home appliances anytime, anywhere, just on your phone. Browse original mobile phones, smart televisions, air conditioners, washing machines, chest freezers, and many more. Just pick your phone, download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Buy, pay, and get it delivered to your doorstep. And the most exciting part of it all is you get free delivery within Accra and Kumasi within 24 hours. Visit our website at www.francotrading.com for bulk purchasing and retailing. Contact the numbers on the screen. Please do not succumb to any scammer online. Franco, home of quality mobile phones and home appliances.
Waiting and wasting time can be very dicey. So, on Lifeline this week, we draw the line between faith and fear, patience and procrastination. If you are at that point or know someone who is at that point in life, call them to join Bishop Fred Kwanchi Mensah for an enlightening episode.
You are welcome back, dear friend. This is Lifeline, and we are talking about how to wait and wait well. Am I waiting? Am I wasting time? Am I staying here not taking action because of the fear of failure? What is waiting? How can I wait well? Since it is a natural human experience and nobody can avoid it, then we have to learn how to wait, because it is not a matter of how long I am waiting, it is a matter of how well I have waited.
Lifeline airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has three legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, you should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebaut. How Zebaut there?
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me.
Moria picky.
Join the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. Want the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive. Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama, catch the excitement every Friday.
See, the way I've been suffering here, finally God has listened to my prayers. Let me tell you something. This interview I come to do, if you not get me, man, Ayuba already there. At the vipers Ayuba, I want a nice looking lady. Nice one like that.
Get ready for all the shenanigans, the gossip, the gisting, and the jiving. The typical happenings at a Ghanaian pub, aka Sports.
Now listen, you. Tell everything was sauce. Charlie, this one no sauce fishing. Stop! As I see the girl, she get through me. Hey! But just now, as I bring the truth, some scene will happen for the counter back there, man. No, the girl be around.
I'm here with these guys trying to prepare a surprise proposal party for you. And you are here chilling with this guy.
Don't miss this fun and engaging TV series, Junction 5, on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hundreds of entries have poured in from communities all across the country, and the energy is off the charts. The quest to uncover the most deserving stories has kicked into high gear. Stay tuned for the thrilling reveal and the grand celebration of our esteemed 10 Channel 1 TV community legends. Only on Channel 1 TV.
Once at the bottom, now I'm here. Was down in the mud when no one cared. Had to fight or I had to face my fears. Wipe my face and forget my tears. I know come from a family where ghetto. I know come from a party with the best. I just wanna make it quick out of stress though. Oh joy, your girl is in distress. Bless my soul, bless my hustle, bless my game, bless my fame. A glass of lemonade, last served me lemons. I squeezed it and turned it into juice. A glass of lemonade, a little ginger, some sugar with ice. I mixed it twice. A glass of lemonade, this is what I made with my life. A glass of lemonade, this is what I made with my life. A glass of lemonade, glass of lemonade, glass of lemonade. And if I stumble, my fire I'll double, 'cause I know we're from far away. I'll remain humble, throw you punch if you try to steal my lunch away. 'Cause mama once told me Girl, make you think twice in your life. If life gives you dilemma, only take one step back. Comprehend before act. Don't mama, I listen to you, mama. What you got, mama? Hey, I dedicate to mama. All the winners, mama. We'll be chillin', mama. Hey, we'll get there. 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 A glass of lemonade, life serve me lemons, I squeeze it into juice. A glass of lemonade, a little ginger, some sugar with ice, I mixed it twice. A glass of lemonade, this is what I made with my life. A glass of lemonade, this is what I made with my life. A glass of lemonade, glass of lemonade, glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade, oh, a glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade, a glass of lemonade. Yeah. Je lève ma voix, mon âme, tout ce grand feu qui brûle en moi, bien pur que tu le saches, que je ne suis pas lâche. Ton mot sans moi deviendrait sans froid. Oh, 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 oh. Bah, pourquoi je suis moi? Pourquoi tu es toi? Pourquoi sommes-nous là? Pourquoi cette bataille? Pourquoi c'est comme ça? Demande que ça va pas. Maman, ça va mal. Ça ne va pas. Serre-moi la main, oui. Refaire le monde. Changeons celle-là. Ça ne va pas. Serre-moi la main, oui, refaire le monde, changeons celle-là. Prends pas du plaisir à avoir les larmes d'autrui. Redonne-lui sa vie, oh, redonne-lui sourire. Apprécie la vie, il soleil qui louit, l'esprit qui veut vivre. Prenons, respirons. Le délire, ça suffit, oui, ça suffit, oh, oh, hey. Bah pourquoi je suis moi? Pourquoi tu es toi? Pourquoi sommes-nous là? Pourquoi cette bataille? Pourquoi c'est comme ça? Demande que ça va pas. Maman, ça va mal. Ça ne va pas. Serre-moi la main, oui, refaire le monde. Changeons celle-là. Ça ne va pas. Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you walk to the way you move. And everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home, you're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can Can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of where we were young. Let me photograph you with this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie, you still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of where we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young. It's hard to win me back, everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. And a part of me keeps holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of where we were young. Oh, let me photograph you with this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad of getting old and made us restless. Oh, I'm still mad, I'm getting old, it makes me reckless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a movie, it was just like a song when we were young.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV, and we're excited to have you. As you already know, the show started earlier at 7 with Nana Tufo-Boateng, and he started off with some politics. But now we are going to be going into other things like our communities, trends, probably interviews, you know, everything that make up an exciting morning show. So just sit back, relax, and, you know, enjoy the show. Do not forget to send in your messages via the WhatsApp number on the screen. You can ask questions, you can send well wishes to your loved ones, and also if you want to contribute, just send those messages there. If you're watching us on YouTube Live, you have the comment section there. Just let it flow and we will get to read it on the show. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. I talked about Nana Tufo-Boateng, so he's here with me today because Philip is somewhere, and we're going to be seeing him later on the show.
Indeed, and it's exciting to be here. Just as Chris has put it, there's a lot coming your way from now up until 11 a.m. So you might just want to stay with us throughout the entire program. But as you already know, the show is interactive, so send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. Let us know what you think. It might be a situation in your neighborhood, in your community. Why don't you raise the alarm, okay? Ring that bell, and we'll be there to provide coverage, and we'll share your story with the rest of the world, and hopefully get duty bearers to attend to your situation. So thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. And yes, it's Ghana.
It's Ghana.
Build Ghana.
I think this is one of the most interesting campaigns for me lately, because like the tagline says, it's not a trend.
Yeah.
It's not a movement. It's something everyone is supposed to do. Do you understand? Because sometimes when issues like this come up, people think it's a trend. It's just for a moment. Okay, I just want to be this or that. No. It's something that should be happening. It should be a lifestyle.
Exactly. It should be a way of life.
Yes.
It should be imbibed in our culture.
Exactly.
You shouldn't just eat for eating's sake. You should know that you are eating to promote a livelihood somewhere.
Yeah.
You are eating to secure somebody else's future.
Right.
And so it's
and you're eating for a better economy.
Exactly. So it's more of a call to patriotism, that you're showing your patriotism through what you're eating.
Yeah.
You get it. So it's simple. We're asking that you eat Ghana so that together we can build Ghana.
Yeah.
All right. We're not asking that you go and make a donation, or no. We're asking that whenever you are out there going to shop, think Ghana first.
I have this. It really excites me.
Yeah.
Because when I think about myself, I'm the perfect example.
Yeah.
Everything is Ghana.
We should
Ghana
make you an
at home.
ambassador.
I think so.
We should make you an ambassador.
I always tell people, eat Ghana rice.
Yeah.
Why are you not eating Ghana rice? You should be eating Ghana rice. Do you understand? Why are you not eating Ghana rice?
I see. It's not like we're asking you to go and eat something that isn't good. The Ghana rice is amazing.
It's healthy.
You should try it.
Everything Ghanaian is healthy.
I was in Qatar over the weekend, and on my way back, you notice that they've actually brought rice onto the roadside, and you should see the variety of rice lined up. I'm like, we're doing all this, we're producing so much.
There's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much. There's so much to support. There's so much to and it's not just about the rice. There's so many things that you can eat when it comes to Ghana. There's the fonio, there are the grains, the dawa, everything. You understand? So just support, just be part of this. So eat Ghana and let's grow Ghana together. Yes. Anyway, we want to remind you that the Channel 1 News app is live, and you do not want to miss any information, news item that we put out, and this is the best way for you to stay tuned with everything that we have out there for you when it comes to information and news. And especially, it's not just any sort of information, genuine information, the right information. There's nothing like fake news. If you're looking for authentic, real news, all you need to do is download the Channel 1 News app right now on Google Play Store. Head to Google Play Store and download it, and you would have it on your tablet or on your phone. What makes it exciting is that it works everywhere around the world as long as you have the internet. All right, so you're going to stay tuned with everything Ghanaian news and beyond.
Alrighty, so stay with us here on Breakfast Daily. We have a lot in store for you. That's a birthday wish that says a happy 40th birthday to Mrs. Antoinette Addo, Principal Human Resource Officer, Sub-T of ECG. You're a virtuous woman and a great blessing to the many that have encountered you. May the next 40 plus years be crossed with speed, ease, and God's best. You are loved from the entire Addo family. God keep you always. All right, so happy birthday to you, Mrs. Antoinette Addo of ECG. We pray that the good Lord will continue to keep you always and bless you and favor you.
Right. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for us to get into our communities, and I'm sure you're excited about this. But today, for our community focus, we're going to turn our attention to one of Ghana's most critical transport corridors, and that is the Accra Accra-Tema motorway. And I just, the funny thing, I just learned yesterday that was constructed in 1965.
Yeah.
1965 by the first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So this thing has been there for like 6 decades, and it's in its 6th decade that it's now undergoing a major renovation and rehabilitation. So anyway, we have Philip Nilate, who is obviously my co-host, usually on the show. He's on, the Accra-Tema motorway right now, and let's head over to him, and he will tell us everything that is going on there concerning the renovation and rehabilitation of the road. Hi, Philip.
Hi, Chris, and good morning to Nana Tufo Boateng.
Good morning,
good morning, Philip. Listen, please come back. Your seat is too hot for me.
Yeah. Oh, Nana, of course, we have to be excited, and on Breakfast Daily, we try and bring our viewers a number of things happening within our community. So like Chris also indicated, today the focus is on the Accra-Tema motorway, and Chris indicated rightly it was constructed in the 1960s by the first president of Ghana, that is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And of course the road has deteriorated for some time and it needed the rehabilitation to really go on. So this is an expansion work that is being done on the stretch. It's a 19-kilometer stretch that is receiving this expansion, though it goes beyond the 19 kilometers, about 27-kilometer stretch. And a number of things are being done on the stretch. Very importantly is that you see drains being constructed, you see footbridges being constructed. Part of them have interchanges, among other things that are being constructed on this stretch. It started in the year 2024. That is the expansion or the reconstruction process on this particular road. But I have come here today to gauge the progress of work on the stretch and also to tell viewers what exactly is happening on the road. I'm sure that people who have also been using the stretch for quite some time now may have been witnessing gridlock on the stretch just because the reconstruction exercise is ongoing on the road. So a number of things are being done on the road, but as part of our mandate as media, we would have to be bringing updates to the general public for them to know what is happening in our various communities, and also for them to be abreast of what is happening on a major road like this. That this road leads to Aflao. You can use this road to Kosombo. It crosses over through to other neighboring countries, and trust me, it's a very, very important stretch. But in a bit for us to really understand what is happening on the stretch, we'll be joined by the chief resident engineer of the road, that is Engineer Kwabena Bimpon, who is going to be joining us shortly for us to have a further and a detailed conversation on that. So Engineer Bimpon, if you can join us, you are invited to join us on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV, and I tell you what, the work going on the stretch is very intense, and also a lot of work is going on the stretch. But Engineer Bimpo, maybe the cameraman can just film what is happening behind us as we have a brief conversation with Engineer Bimpo. Engineer Bimpo, first of all, you are welcome to Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We are grateful that when we called on you, you heeded to our calls and you are here with us. But what is happening behind us?
Well, thank you very much, Ni Latte. Well, what we see behind us is the construction of a box culvert. You know, as part of the project, we've had to remove all the existing box culverts and to improve upon them. So we've increased their sizes, and we have already completed the urban highway, which are the 3 lanes on either side of the motorway, existing motorway. And we are now in the middle. That is why we've had to divert the road. So that is what we are currently doing now, and hopefully within a short time we'll be completing. Yeah.
What will you say that the percentage of work is like on the stretch?
Well, we've done about 35% of work. But then, as I always say, the works that we are currently doing are mostly the heavy lifting parts. That is the concrete works, which has to do with the drainage, the bridges, and then the earthworks. And we, as you probably may have seen, we've done quite a lot of earthworks all the way from the Accra, mall and past kilometer 18, getting close to Ashaman, interchange. Yes, and then with the culverts too, we finished most of the ones on the urban highway, and I'll be explaining what the urban highway is very soon. That is those on the sides of the existing motorway, and we are now tackling those. That is we are joining from the left hand side to the right hand side. Yeah,
and of course, this project started in 2024, if we understand. But if you can take us through what we are to see at each junction. Okay. We know that we are supposed to see, like you said, the drainage. We are supposed to see footbridges and all that. So if you can take us through.
Okay, well, thank you very much. So this project is the first section of the road which we call the Accra-Tema Expressway and Extensions Project. We have them in 3 sections. So the first section is the 18.5 kilometer, what we know as Accra-Tema motorway with a concrete road. And then we would also do, that's a part of that section, we'll do the north and southern roads of the N4, which is the road going towards the Old Polo, and then also to the Emmanuel Eye Clinic. So that will be part of the first session. Then continue on the George Walker Bush Highway all the way to Apenkwa. And then the last one will be the 2.5 kilometer section on the N6, which is from Tesano all the way to the New Plan, junction. Now on the 18.5 kilometer, which we call the 19.5 kilometer section, what we are doing now is to build 3 distinct carriageways. The first is the expressway, which will be the concrete road as we know it, and it's going to remain as concrete. Okay, and that is the middle portion, and that's going to have 2-lane dual carriageway.
Wow. So this place, as it was concrete in the 1960s, yes, it's still going to remain as concrete. Exactly. Wow,
it's going to remain as concrete. And if you look at the height of the drains, it means that we are going to build the road up to that level. We are going to, put some more layers on the existing concrete, and then do another concrete layer on top of it. So that is going to be the that's going to be the expressway. Then we will have a 3-lane urban highway, and those are going to be on either side of the existing motorway. Now, what we started doing was to work on the urban highway so that we'll, complete it and then move traffic onto it whilst we work on the expressway. Now, apart from that, we are also working on 3 interchanges, and here you find one at the Lashibi Junction that will join to the Manet area, and then we have one at Community 18, and the last one will be close to Ashaiman, okay, yes, where we call the underbridge. So that is what we are doing. Apart from that, we have about 20 culverts, 20 box culverts, which we are working on. The first one that I just mentioned to you. We have various sizes, which we also. Then we have 3 bridges. So these bridges are just along the road. We've started working on doing these bridges, and very soon those also be completed. Apart from that, there are 10 pedestrian facilities. So we have footbridges. There's one, at the other end. And then we've also going to provide, some other facilities for, in terms of road lighting and street lighting and all that. So these are all going to be part of the, Accra-Tema motorway, construction, which we are currently undertaking. Yeah.
So now you've made mention of a number of things. You are starting the box culvert, the drainage, the places that we are going to see, the 18 junction, then we are going to see another one too close to Asherman. Yeah. Which of them have you done?
Well, we haven't completed them. Well, as you probably may have seen, around kilometer 6 where we started with the underpass, we have already done both sides of which is on the urban highway, and we are currently working in the middle portion. So that is done. Actually, we've tackled all of them. All the way. Community 18 is gone very far, and then it is only the other one close to the Lashibi, that is the Lashibi link, that is not that hasn't gone very far. But then for most of them, we've gone very far with them. Yeah.
So if you are just joining us, this is a live coverage of the Accra-Tema motorway construction here in the Greater Accra region. We are live on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV, and the individual we are speaking to is the Chief Resident Engineer, who is giving us details of the project, also telling us what exactly they have done on the stretch. I'll be asking him more questions when it comes to the diversions and also what is left to be done, and maybe if there are challenges that they are facing, if motorists are also supposed to play their part when it comes to driving along the stretch, among other things. So join us as we have more conversation with Engineer Kwabena Bimpon and try and understand what really is happening on the Accra-Tema motorway. So Engineer Bimpon, I know that with this particular road, you would have some diversions you are doing. Help us with the diversions. We've had issues with individuals or motorists using the stretch, and they're like, oh, we have gridlock on the stretch and we don't know where to pass. Help us with the diversions, and if there are alternative routes as well you would suggest to these motorists, why not?
Okay, thank you very much. So we have diversions at areas where we are working in the middle of the road, that is on the urban highway. Sorry, the expressway, that's the existing motorway. So if you go to the areas where we have the bridges, that is the underpasses, we have done some diversions there. Then also where we have the drainage structures, as I mentioned to you, we had worked on the urban highways and we were now working on the expressway. Now some of them are completed. So I spoke to the project manager, and he says that some of them will be opened most likely by the close of day today. And if you go there, you find out that we have worked on the main road, so that will be open. So basically, these are the areas where we have diversions. Now the alternatives, obviously, it is the Sprinters Road. We don't have too many alternative routes here. So the only thing that we have to do is to bear with us, so that whilst you get into areas like this, you slow down your speed and then use the diversions which have been provided. Yes, some of these diversions, or the most of the diversions, are gravel, and some we tried to surface dress, but then unfortunately surface dressing on a very high volume road does not, it's not durable. So the contractor intends to provide asphaltic concrete surface, especially for the areas where we are going to spend some time, like the underpasses which I mentioned. So those areas, within the next few weeks or months, we'll see the asphaltic diversions done, so that will reduce the impact of the road surface on the traffic as we experience now. Now the other challenge that we've had in the past is that we've done quite a lot of work in terms of the earthworks, and there are some recalcitrant drivers who try to use those roads. Those roads are not meant for driving, currently. So that is where you see them driving at very fast speeds and generating a lot of dust. It is also not safe. So the contractor has been instructed to place New Jersey barriers intermittently. So if you use that road, you will not get far. So I would advise motorists not to use the roads except those that have been provided for them.
So these sites that they use, which has the earthworks, when they are using them, what is the effect, or what is going to be the ramifications going to have on this particular project?
Well, it will not have too much effect in terms of the structural capacity of the road, okay? But then it is the dust pollution, and once you pollute the environment, that is not good enough. So we would rather advise them not to use those roads. Yes.
And also, since you've made mention of diversions and what you are doing, coupled with the fact that you have drivers on the stretch and on all that, what is the safety mechanism like?
Well, we have safety officers on the road, and we have provided road signs to help direct the drivers, and I would want them to adhere to those safety signs. We also have traffic wardens who would help pedestrians who want to cross the road, and there are some turning points, but the turning points are not for the public. They are for construction traffic, and they should not, as it were, somebody was saying, that bribe those traffic wardens so that they use those roads. That is illegal, and they should not do that at all. Yes.
Again, let's look at what is left to be done. You said you are in the 30s. Yes. So if you're in the 30s, that means you have about 60-something more to do. What is left to be done?
Well, the main one is to try and finish with the pavement works on the urban highway. As I mentioned, we've only done the earthworks. We are not going to do the pavement works. And pavement works would involve a stabilized, when you say stabilized, we are doing cement stabilized. We are mixing cement with the gravel, natural gravel. We'll lay it, and then we'll have another layer of sub-base, which is a natural gravel sub-base, before the crushed rock will come. And on top of the crushed rock, we'll have 2 layers of asphaltic concrete. That's about 50 millimeters. One, the base, cost that is done. Highway, which is a 3-lane highway with all the stopping facilities and pedestrian facilities. Then we'll concentrate on the expressway. As I mentioned to you, you've seen that we've started constructing the drainage, structures. That is the U drains. Okay. Then we'll start building the urban highway. Sorry, the highway. I always say about the expressway. The expressway. We'll build the expressway. Once the expressway is completed, then everything is done. Of course, we have the structures which we are already doing. We'll fill the approaches, and then we will be in for. We have 3 years to complete this work. We've already done 1 year. So hopefully, touch wood, August 2027, we should be seeing this road completed.
Oh, August 2027. That is next year.
Yes.
In the month of August, this road should be completed. I to some motorists who are excited that you are moving at a very fast pace. Though we are seeing traffic on the road and drivers are also sort of complaining. What really is the plan? Are you doing a 24-hour thing? Are you doing day and night? What is really the schedule for the workers on this particular project?
Okay, so we have been working around the clock, and I'm sure those who come here in the night will see, especially when we are doing concrete works, because the night, that is the best time to do concrete, when the weather is cool. We've been doing a lot of concrete works in the night. With regards to the traffic, yes, once there's some little interruption, and the interruption could be from the diversion, and also the surface of the diversion could also impact. But then the challenge that we have has to do with broken down vehicles. And this morning on the Accra bound, there's a long trailer that has broken down, reducing the lane to 1, and that obviously would lead to traffic and build up. But then we have been talking to those who that is the towing company, so that they can help us we are liaising with the police, so that whenever there's a breakdown of vehicles or trucks on the road, they can quickly be moved, so that we don't have the traffic build up as we see on the road.
But how often do you get the breakdowns?
Oh, it's a daily occurrence. It's a daily occurrence. It's something that is happening every day. This one, as I mentioned to you, if you use this route, right after where the obstruction is, the road is free. So it's something that occurs almost daily. Yeah.
And also, if I may ask, what you are doing on the stretch now, I'm sure that you have motorists using the road. Yeah. Are you bothered about the speeding nature of drivers on this stretch?
Exactly so. Exactly so. Sometimes we forget that this is a construction zone. Yes, the Accra-Tema motorway has a stated speed limit of 120 kilometers per hour. But once construction has started, it is no more the usual motorway that we know. The speed has to reduce, especially in sections where there is free flow. You have to reduce your speed. We have had a number of accidents here. Yes, we've had a number of accidents here, and even one of, I don't know whether 2 of our traffic wardens had been knocked down. You see, because when you stop them, they don't stop. They just keep zooming. So we would want to advise motorists that once they get into this area, they should know that the nature of the road does not support the 120 kilometers per hour, and they should reduce their speeds as much as possible, at least to 50, well, at most to 50 kilometers per hour, and that should be fine.
I'll ask you your collaboration with the Ghana Police Service and also the MTTD, what they are doing. But I can see that you are not here alone.
Yes,
you are here with your lieutenants and your safety officers. So maybe he will mention your name and you just give us a wave as to who they are. So the floor is yours. Okay, so who do we have here?
So we have Engineer Ben Saki, who is a contractor's project manager. Okay. And then we have Engineer Tete, who is the resident engineer. He's a resident engineer for roads here. Jihad is with the. Oh, I didn't see Evelyn. Evelyn is also here with the associated consultants. And then we have some safety officers. The two of them are safety officers. And then another young, enterprising young, female engineer who is also part of the project with the contractor, Maripoma Enterprises Limited. Yes.
So it tells you that you have a very great back. And now let's move back to the conversation. What is the collaboration between yourself and the MTTD to ensure that there is sanity on the stretch as the construction goes on?
Yes, we have been working with the Ghana Police Service on all our projects, and this is no exception. So they are always ready to assist us, especially those within whose division is here. We have the airport police, then we have forgotten the name, just around the Trasaco area. They are all supporting us, and then along the road all the way to Tema, whenever we have challenges, they are ready to support us. But especially the MTTD, they have been very supportive. But then we need a lot more presence here. We need a lot more presence, especially at night, because at night all sort of things happen. There are some drivers who tend to push the New Jersey barriers, so that so they can have access to unauthorized places. That is not good enough. So yes.
Is it that they are able to overpower your men on the grounds and do that, or you do not have a lot of men stationed here in the evening?
This is a linear work, so you cannot have our men at every location. So whatever opportunity that they get, they try and create spaces for themselves. But as I mentioned, what we have done now is to block the main urban highway, where we finish with the earthworks. We are blocking them intermittently. So even if you try and use them, you get caught up somewhere, and you may have to return to where you entered. So this is something that we are doing.
As we speak now, the project is focused on the 18.5 kilometer stretch,
yes,
which ideally we know is the 19 kilometer stretch.
Yes.
What happens to the other ones after this particular one?
Okay, so that is a sections 2 and 3. That is not part of the current project. I believe that the ministry and the ATEL, actually this project, I should have mentioned that it is not the Ministry of Roads and Highways who is the employer. The employer is the concessionaire, that is Accra-Tema Expressway Limited. So, and this is a special purpose vehicle from GIF, that the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. So they are the employers. And then the Ghana Highway Authority is the contracting authority, and also the engineers representative. So we are working on behalf of the Ghana Highway Authority, and then the employer is the ATEL, as I mentioned, that Accra-Tema Expressway Limited. So this is what so they are going to look for more money. You see, the model that we have here has not been used in Ghana before. Oh, wow. And I think that the president has made mention, I'm not very sure about that, where we would use private capital, okay, in terms of equity, in terms of loans, to be able to do our infrastructure. So here currently it is 100% government financed, but then the plan is that they will be able to attract funding from elsewhere, then it will be used for the other roads. Then we'll begin to have better roads and better manage, not just constructing the roads, but then the maintenance, very, very crucial. So for instance, the concessionaire has 30 years. During the 30 years, he has certain KPIs he has to meet. If he doesn't meet those KPIs, he would have to pay. So he who is a private developer, if I'll put it that way, will be interested in ensuring that he is collecting the tolls, he is providing a service. Because road is not just a social good, it is also a service to the community. So if the road is good, let's say Accra-Kumasi Expressway is good, why would I go through very dangerous roads? I will pay. And this is something that Ghanaians would have to psych our minds, that we should be ready to put money. Okay? Otherwise, we'll continue to complain. Because the government's resources are limited. They are limited. We have always used loans to build our roads. This is time where you and I will say, okay, let us put our money into this project. They'll be collecting tolls every year, or let's say every year, you will get some return on your investment. And road, it's good. If you invest in roads, and that's how people are coming from outside to come and invest. So we should, as a people, be ready to pay and be ready to invest in roads.
That brings me to the tolling conversation here. Yes. Is this road going to be tolled?
Obviously, it's going to be tolled, 100%, 100%, because we are spending over $340 million on such a road. We need to toll. That is why the concessionaire is going to have a tolling company who will take over, so that the monies that have been pumped into the road, they will be able to retrieve and use it for other projects. And the whole idea is that we need to be able to maintain our roads. The challenge that we have in Ghana is that we do not have adequate money for tolling of roads, for the maintenance. So you and I, we all cried about the motorway, potholes, danger, security. Now that is being done. This is time for such tolling policies. And I know that the Ministry of Roads and Highways, is working on the tolling policy. Now we are not going to construct physical tolls.
No toll booths.
No toll booths. Yeah. That is the plan. So we are going to have gantries with cameras that will, and this is all going to be fitted into the new registration, that is the car registration system.
So from DVLA?
Yeah, from DVLA. So everything is going to be worked,
it's going to be like synchronized. It's going to be linked in that.
Yes, so that once you pass, it's a spec. If you go to a place like Dubai, you don't see toll booths, but then those in the vehicles that you see, you hear ping, the money is going. Okay, so that is a system that will be run here.
Which will actually help our road system.
So that we don't have queues, because we would have constructed this road, we have toll booths, and then you get there. Well, even though for this project, we are going to have 8 toll booths, and the plan was that we're not going to spend too much time, okay, at the toll booth. So these have been designed. So when you get to the toll booths, you will probably have about 8. So you move from 2 to 8 toll booths, so that you can quickly go through without any challenge. But now that they are coming up with the automated tolling system, that would also help.
No, Engineer Mimbo, I spoke to some drivers. You'll be hearing from them shortly. But I've seen that you are doing some work at the Tetekwashi side of the stretch. Tell us details of what is happening there. And I'm seeing some expansion work also ongoing there.
Yes. So at the Tetekwashi interchange, we are increasing the number of lanes, because once this is going to be 10 lane. Currently, the Tetekwashi has just about 6 lanes. We are adding more lanes onto the bridge. So we have expanded the bridge. We've already completed the substructural works. We've also started doing the beams. These are going to be beams, which you see some cranes very close to the Tetekwashi area. These, when they are completed, they'll be lifted and placed there, so that the road there will be expanded. And then the challenges that we have would reduce. So that is what we are doing at the Tetekwashi interchange currently.
Beautiful. So, Engineer Bimpo, we will come to you for a lot more conversation on this. But let's hear from the drivers what they've been saying about the ongoing construction works on the Accra-Tema motorway. Stay with us. Right after, we will have more conversation with Engineer Kwabena Bimpo, who is the Chief Resident Engineer on the project. Still engaging a number of drivers concerning the construction of the Accra-Tema motorway. We have a driver here. Let's engage him briefly. Eja, what are you saying?
Daniel
Day.
Bobo.
And construction there cost no one is saying.
But so water since to them foot to look on him. That's no.
That's the most and more water.
And all the time no
more water. Into some water in the beer. But since you are not traffic situation or walk on so then I will work on was driver also sometimes so it means you
I say but I'm free tema ba no free but tema never traffic they are not in power I say
traffic net time meaning time
I'm pa
Assembly na catch contractors so say you see no mo kwan so say ekọ yi na so bibi wa person catch contractors na omo ejuma road no so
contractors no Demita ka say na omo ejuma no kon wanu man nya say pass that drum phone so mo bre kwan so omo yententem a be fe be nyina sa
to dimbio Bobo. So that's Bobo there. He's a driver and he's saying that he's impressed at the rate the construction is going on the stretch, and he also indicated that watering of the stretch should be intensified, though we saw something of that sort when we came this morning. And also he's saying that though the construction is going on very fast, it's a step in the right direction, and the contractors should do what they are doing.
Yeah, it's going on, all right, but just that the dust is too much. The dust is too much. They will be there 1 hour time or 3 hours, 4 hours before they will come and water one. It's too much. The dust there is too much. A lot of people, residents here, they are complaining about the dust. As for the work that is going on, all right. So yeah.
So when you drive on the stretch, do you see a lot of things going on? You've said that the work is going on. So is it something you as a driver, from what you are saying, the completion will be done soon?
Yeah, they are on it. But there is a lot of traffic. The road is not that good. So because of the construction, that's why I think that is why the traffic is on the motorway. Yeah.
But do you use the stretch often? You drive on it?
Yeah, I drive on it. Like yesterday, I went to Tema. As I'm coming, it's bad. It's bad. A lot of traffic.
So what will you say that the contractors should do about the traffic? You say it's because of the road construction. That's why the traffic is there.
I don't know. Now unless they finish the road, unless they finish, because there is nothing they can do. Yeah, so unless they finish.
But for now, what you want is the watering of the road.
The dust. The dust is too much. As you can see the other side, that is how it is. Now that they just water 3 hours, 4 hours, evening time before they water again. So when we are here, before you see, you started like that.
But they are saying that the contractors are doing well. The road is going on well.
Yeah, that is going on well. They are working. They are on it. They are doing good, very well. Yeah.
Your name again, Mauli?
Mauli, yeah, Mauli.
Mauli what?
Yeah, Mauli.
Odogu. Okay, so that's Mauli Odogu here. Well, from what he indicated, he says that the contractors are doing well. The construction is going on steadily, and also the watering of the stretch should be intensified, just like the other driver also indicated. So we'll be engaging more drivers here on the Accra-Tema motorway, asking them what they make of the ongoing construction here on Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. Let's engage more drivers.
My name is Enoch Mensah.
Enoch Mensah.
Yeah.
What do you make of the construction of the Accra-Tema motorway? It's been some time and the work is ongoing. As a driver, what do you make of it?
Oh, mostly at times in the morning, there's traffic on the road, and you can see dust. Even right now, you can see on the road that there's a dust going on. Yeah, that's what we want them to make fast for us more. That's what, yeah, that's my problem now.
Oh, okay. But what do you make there of the construction? Though the dust is there, but is it going fast?
Yeah, it's going fast. It's going fast for us, and so yeah.
Okay,
thank you.
Your name?
My name is Enoch Mensah.
Enoch Mensah. Okay, so that's Enoch Mensah there. He is supposed to leave because his vehicle is full, and he would want to move to his destination. He has also indicated that the dust is also of great concern to the drivers. But then again, I'm sure the contractors will do something about it.
Set what?
Noagbe. What do you make of the ongoing construction on the Accra-Tema motorway?
Honestly, they are doing well. Oh, wow. The work is going on faster and faster. And I might say the people who are working, they are working hard day and night. We are here 24/7. This overhead you are seeing there, they close 1:30 to 2. Honestly speaking, they be here from morning, so they are working. Honestly speaking, I will not lie to you. The only problem that we are having here is now the road is no more straight. When they go, they divert road. So it make that the road now is no more straight. So the traffic, the moment you get down, you have to slow down and apply your brake. The next car will also slow down. So it make traffic calm. At first, when the road was old time, the older side, it just go faster. But now, because of the rough road that they did, it's no more going fast. We need to water the road when it's the afternoon time, when you are starting here, the next 30 minutes, this your set will be dust.
Oh wow!
Because cars that pass a day, you can even see it. When they've watered this morning, but in the afternoon, this water will dry, and the dust will start coming, and here all will pollute. That's the only we are pleading for them, for watering the water. As for the work, they absolutely they are on it. Yes, please.
So you are happy at the rate at which the construction is going on.
I'm happy because when they started this thing, it's not less than 6 months, and this overhead has been put in here. You can even see it. So we are happy, and not here alone. They have 4 of them, and they are all on race. As we are seeing there, another one at the 18 junction, another one at the under bridge. They are all on the race. They share them in groups. So I don't know if the target that they give them, say when you finish earlier, they have something or whatever. Is that one there? I can't say anything about it, but they are speeding the way. Honestly, they are speeding the way.
And you're happy about it?
Why not?
But the only concern is the dust.
Okay, that's fine. Now the motorway become 70%. I may say 35% become rough road. It is no more. You can't get it at its first. Small you get down, small you climb. So they are working, and that's how it's supposed to be before they can do what they are doing. Because without that, the work cannot go on. So we are. As for me, I'm happy. They are doing well.
So that is set for you, Seth. Thank you so much. So you can go. Your passengers are waiting for you. So that is Seth. He's also indicated that the construction is going on well, but the only challenge is the dust. We'll be engaging a lot more drivers on the stretch. Stay with us. Breakfast Daily, Channel 1 TV.
I'm dodging traffic just to join this route to the motorway, main motorway.
Okay. But what do you make of the construction going on the motorway?
I think they are progressing steadily and work. I think if they have other alternative routes for us, it will be appropriate.
But so do you use every day? Do you use the road every day?
Yes, I use
this route. You go through traffic?
Not all the time, though.
Your name?
My name is David.
David what?
Komitete.
Thank you.
I've taken it.
So you heard there some of the commuters or the drivers, they have made mention of the fact that the stretch or the construction is moving on steadily, but the only concern is the dust. And I'm sure that, like you can see, that there is a water cannon that goes up and down to ensure that the stretch is watered so that we wouldn't see dust on the road. But we have a brief conversation with Engineer Kwabena Bimpon after there is an inspection that we will be joining them to do right away from here. But Engineer Bimpon, people have been raising questions about the tunnels. What is the plan for the tunnel?
Well, we are constructing new tunnels, I should put say. So the one at Community 18, that small, it's not supposed to be for
cattle.
For cattle, okay. So we are constructing a big one at the 18 junction that will link to the. Actually, that road will link all the way to Pokwase. That will link all the way to Pokwase. So once we are done, if you are from Tema and you are going to the Pokwase area, or even going to the central region, or even to the maybe even to Kumasi, you don't need to probably even use the motorway. You can go through this and then use that road through Madina, because that is also going to be constructed. You know, we've only done the first 5 kilometers. Beyond, all the way to the motorway, to Pokwase interchange would be constructed in the future, but of course it's not yet done. So we are preparing for the future. So again, community, okay, then the one, what they call the underbridge, the one that goes to Klagon, that is the Lashibi interchange. That will also be completed, and then it will afford, you know, motorist opportunity of also crossing the motorway to the Ashaman area and to all the areas where they want to use in the northern part of the motorway. The challenge that we've always had on the motorway is that it serves as a blockage between the southern and the northern part. But then with the construction that we are providing now, we have Tetekwashi has always been there. We now have the flower pot interchange that's also been completed. We are doing the one to the Manet area, Manet Junction, and then we have another one at Community 18 and then the one that I just mentioned at Lashibi. So once these are done, it will provide some respite for commuters.
So that is Engineer Bimponda. But stay with us here on Breakfast Daily. We are not done with the assessment or whatever we are looking for, looking at on the Accra-Tema motorway. We are joining the team right away to do an inspection at Tetekwashi. So stay with us here. Nana Tufo Boateng and Chris Carter, over to you just for like 20 minutes. I'll definitely come back to you so you can tell you details of what is happening at the Tetekwashi side of the Accra-Tema motorway. Stay with us.
Very well, Philip Nilati then engaging engineer Kwabna Bimpong. He's the resident engineer for the motorway expansion project, bringing us up to speed regarding the level of, or if you like, the progress of work on the stretch. It's expected to be expanded to 10 lanes, 5 on each side. We've been giving detailed explanation as to what is happening on that particular stretch. Earlier there were concerns about if you like the various patches that had some ongoing works on there and the kind of impact it was having on vehicles. But hey, there's always a necessary evil, and if the work has to be done, it has to be done. It's for the general good in the long run, and we look forward to the completion of the project, which we are to expect somewhere in August of next year.
Right.
Yeah, that's the assurance that the resident engineer is giving
ahead.
us. So yeah, for those of us who ply the route every day, I use the motorway every morning. And
I use it every morning too.
So yeah, it's good news for us. We just hope that there will be some more intervention on the place that has the gravels, those parts.
Yeah.
If it could be smoothened up a bit for us, maybe a bit of asphalt poured onto it to smoothen it up, because now my car cries more than a newborn baby. Yeah. It cries more than a newborn baby. So maybe you should do some GoFundMe for me to go and fix my car, or perhaps buy a new one.
Right.
Yeah, because at this point the car is crying.
Buy something higher.
Yeah, and stronger.
And stronger.
Because Sandra is old.
I actually understand you, because I also have to go through that route. Exactly where the taxi drivers were speaking from.
Yeah.
Yes, I always have to go through there, and also because of that construction.
Okay, through that end, through the Trasacco Road.
Yeah, exactly. So because of that construction, there's even, I don't know if it's a broken pipe or something, there's just this water that has been there ever since they started the construction too. So that means some of our cars have to dip inside that water. We have to swim every morning, even though it's not raining, and it's just because of the construction. So I know it's because of the construction, so I don't really get mad when it comes to that side. But also another of my worry that I see on that road is the issue of the bus stops, the man-made bus stops.
Yeah.
They just stop anywhere. They just create bus stops out of nowhere.
So what happens is that there are people on the East Legon end who work on the Spintex Coca-Cola area.
Exactly.
So you have people, especially a place like Manette where he mentioned, you have people there. So as for these commercial drivers, they will definitely stop when they see humans there.
There's always a bus stop somewhere.
And they actually cause a lot of traffic on the motorway.
Exactly.
Because they won't stop, they won't get off the road entirely.
Yeah.
So there's the left end of the vehicle, so you have 2 tires on the road, 2 tires off the road, and so it begins to narrow it up. And if you're driving behind such a car, definitely you need to slow down.
Yes, exactly.
And so it contributes to the traffic build-up on the stretch.
And you know, because there are no bus stops, they actually just stop without even letting you know. It just happens.
Sometimes I wonder if they have the indicator.
Out of nowhere. It just happens. And which is dangerous. So I think kudos to them, but they should please check those things for us, especially with the issue of bus stops, so lives can be also protected, and cars also can also be protected.
Yeah, so it looks like with there's going to be either about 3 flyovers on the stretch, if I'm correct, because now there's the Tetekwashi itself, there's the flour port. I see they're constructing one at Manette. Then I see some work also going around 18, and then there's of course the Tema roundabout one. Yeah, so it looks like there's going to be about four flyovers there. I think that would solve the crossing over from one end to another.
Instead of it will make it shorter.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I like the explanation regarding the tunnels, because I use the tunnel at the Klagon end more. And so if it's going to be expanded, reconstructed to make it more accessible, because there are times that the traffic at the tunnel, you have no idea. And when it rains, that tunnel gets full. So rainwater collects, because it's a slope. It's a slope on either end. So a slope from the Ashaiman end, a slope from the Klagon end.
Yeah.
So imagine what happens. The water collects under the tunnel. So it makes driving through very, very difficult. It's quite recent that area boys have created a channel. There's a big gutter also, and that one also has been bridged. That big gutter has also been bridged, and so now you can cross from Klagon into Tema through Community 12 quite easily. So it helps a lot. So the boys have created a channel from the underbridge into that big gutter,
right?
So that now the water will not collect under the tunnel. So, but previously it's a slope from Klagon and a slope from Ashaiman end. So whenever it rains, it just collects under the tunnel like that. And above it is the motorway.
Yeah.
And there's an opening on top.
So there's
rainwater.
So there's more water coming.
Exactly.
So you're swimming.
Yeah, basically. So it was quite difficult to use the underbridge whenever it rained. So I like the fact that it's going to be properly constructed now. It's going to be opened up. Because I don't think the original idea for the construction of that tunnel was for vehicular purposes.
I don't think so too.
Okay, so I can't confirm it, but stories we've heard was this was to facilitate the movement of cattle. So instead of they going above on the motorway to become a nuisance for everyone, the original thinking was that the cattle would be moved through the underbridge so that they can go and graze. Recall that in those days, that entire stretch was just greens. Yeah, nobody lived there. It's now that there's population growth, there's rural urban migration, and then of course there's I call it concrete growth. We've built everywhere and anywhere. Yeah. We've developed without planning.
Because of urbanization.
Yes, we've developed without planning. So we've built any and everywhere. So originally no one lived there. It was just bush. So people, just on the other side is you heading towards Ashaiman, Tulaku. That's where the cattle slaughtering and most of the stuff happens. So people move cattle from that end through to the Sprintex, Klagon, Lashibi area to graze. So like I said, I can't confirm this, but story has it that the original idea was to move cattle through the tunnel. But now with the population growth and all, we drive underneath it.
We drive underneath it. Yeah, because everybody's rushing and we're looking for more routes. But then again, looking at this picture or this video, it looks very beautiful and it shows that a lot of work has been done and is still
so
going
this is the
on.
Tema end of the motorway. So this is what used to be the Tema roundabout. So if you take the right, you're heading towards the port. If you go straight, that's 25.
Talking about the Tema roundabout, I used that road just recently because it's a long time I've gone to that area. It's a long time I've even gone to Tema. I was lost for a minute. I'm like, but this is not what I used to know. Something has happened.
So now there are 12 lanes there.
I know. I had to even put on my map. I was like, okay, so what direction am I going? What direction am I going? But it looks beautiful.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like from above.
And it makes, driving easier.
Easier. You don't come across traffic on this end, and they were wise enough to place traffic lights atop it, so you can. It basically allows for a free flow. Okay, so and then it spreads the traffic. So if you're going to Tema, you are not joining those going to Akosombo. You are not in the same lane. If you're going to Ashaiman, you are not in the same lane. The diversions is just beautiful. And it makes life very, very easy on this particular stretch. So you see where the red vehicle is turning, he is going to Tema. Where the black one there is, he is heading towards the Pram road. And then you can use the tunnel, drive straight to 25. It's just that after, I think just before the 25 mall, there's some construction work also going there.
Still going on.
There's a bit of traffic build up at that stretch. And then the TT Brothers Junction That place is terrible. The traffic there is terrible.
Because of construction too?
The road is not good.
Oh.
And the traffic light there is not working. So as for the TT Brothers Junction, it is terrible. Terrible, terrible traffic. Terrible traffic.
Maybe
situation.
one day we'll visit there too.
Yeah, hopefully. We should. And it's no respecter of time. There's nothing like rush hour or peak hour, nothing. There's traffic consistently on that stretch because the road is bad.
Right, right.
That's terrible.
But anyway, it's beautiful to see that work is ongoing and the progress is beautiful. From now, like the engineer said, it's 35% done, and we'll hopefully be seeing other sites of the work being done. But let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be heading into those areas.
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not chinampe, na complain there in the sense, why you are share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or hunting no complaints now, baby. Until if you're
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced, and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on Channel 1 Television. So don't get told, don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on Channel 1 TV.
Beyond Borders airs every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV and is brought to you by Copen Hospitality.
See, the way I've been suffering here, finally God has listened to my prayers. Let me tell you something. This interview I come to do, if you not get me man, Ayuba already there. At the vipers Ayuba. I want a nice looking lady. Nice one like
Get ready for all the shenanigans, the gossip, the gisting, and the jiving. The typical happenings at a Ghanaian pub, aka Sports.
Everything was sauce. Charlie, this one no sauce fishing. Stop! I see the girl she get you. Hey! That just nice. I bring the truth. Some scene will happen for the counter back there, man.
No, the girl I'm here with these guys trying to prepare a surprise proposal party for you. And you are here chilling with this guy.
Don't miss this fun and engaging TV series, Junction 5, on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. Earlier, before we went on the break, we were talking about the Accra-Tema motorway, especially when it has to do with the rehabilitation and renovation that's going on the road. And obviously, speaking to the engineer, we heard that it's 35% done, and the rest will, keep going till August 2027. Our fingers are crossed and we're excited to see what's going to happen. But we will also be joining Philip later on as they, travel from that point, from the Trazako side of things that we saw to the, I think Shashi, right?
Yeah, Tetekwashi.
Tetekwashi area. So they're heading there right now. But before we join him, let's check out the trends. What's trending on social media? What is everybody talking about? What's keeping people buzzing on their phones and the tablets when it comes to all the social media platforms? We have two that is trending. It's first, it's a very worrying situation, but I like where it's headed to at this point. So Fela Makafui, Ghanaian star Fela Makafui actually shared a sweet video of her daughter, and it was the Get Ready With Me video of her daughter on X. And one of the users of X actually posted a disturbing comment on that video, which implied sexual fantasy about the child, and she called out the user, and I think it happened on Monday or so, no, over the weekend, but on Monday she called out the user, and the user actually deleted his account. But she has revealed that this has put her through a lot of emotional pain and cost her sleepless night, and for that reason she'll be handing over the matter to her lawyers, and also stressing that apologies are not enough, because some people have been calling for apologies, that he doesn't know what he's doing, or he didn't, it was just a joke as usual, like people always joke around on social media. But I don't think it's enough. Something has to be done about it, because it just shows that there's a pedophilia, problem going on in the country, where people are fantasizing on children, which is very, very dangerous. I like the fact that this has come to bear, because it also shows what the mind of a lot of people are, that you cannot keep your children around certain people. In fact, you cannot trust your children with anybody at this point. Yes. So
it makes it even difficult what your child can engage in and what they cannot engage
in.
Because you're not sure what kind of reaction will come from people who are supposed to know better, based on the fact that they are older.
Yes.
You get it. I feel we've lost a lot of this communal way of living, and so some of these things foster out of that. When we were kids, everyone was everyone's parent.
Yeah.
And so they have a duty of care towards you, the child, and will not even have the laxity of time to begin to fantasize about you.
Yes.
You get it. But I don't know. I don't know where we are going with this kind of society.
It's actually very scary. It's actually very scary. And the internet is also a very scary place. Just recently, Elon Musk was, on the fire for actually allowing his AI, what do I call it, platform, Grok, on X, to undress people. Yeah, so people go on X and say, I can put a very pretty picture of me, and someone will tell Grok, please undress her, let's see how she looks. And then Grok will literally undress me, and you will see a same picture of me, maybe posed like this, but this time I might just be naked.
But is Grok creating your features?
Well, you see, that's the problem. You can never know, because it looks very realistic. So the person that does not know you completely will definitely say this is you, and it has caused a lot of pains. This is not just when I'm talking about this issue, a lot of people will think that this issue is just happening in Europe or something. It's happening on Ghanaian X, Ghanaian Twitter, Nigerian X, Nigerian Twitter. A lot of girls have been undressed, their pictures have been out there, and it has put them through so much pain, PTSD, anxiety, emotional distraught, and imagine your parents seeing your picture naked, knowing that and you know that I didn't put my picture there.
Put it there.
You understand?
I think people are just sick, and it's important that people like this gentleman, I can call him that.
Yes.
Are made examples of,
yes,
used as scapegoats.
Yes.
So that it serves as a deterrent to others. Because I feel people are taking advantage of, if you like, the kind of identity secrecy the internet is supposed to give, and they're hiding behind their handles and doing all sorts of nasty things.
Yes,
I think people should be taking on.
And especially ever since X, or especially ever since Twitter became X, that you have to pay for verification and you have to make money from X. People are just running mad. People just post anything. People just insult people, all for engagement, all for X money. And there's no more control. There's no more control. It's just like everybody's just doing anything they want on X.
It's not a safe place anymore, I think.
Oh, it's not a safe place. And I hope the police actually catches this guy.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
They will. Now they don't waste time at all. If a proper report is made, the police knows how to track you.
Yeah.
The cyber crime unit.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the authority. They know what to do and where to find you. We've seen instances where people are doing their own thing. A video has been taken off them.
Yes.
And the police have moved in and they've been picked up. So it's important.
Right. Anyway, let's check out some of the comments under this issue. So the post was deleted in less than 5 minutes, and besides, he has apologized more than once. So I don't see no case here. You see, this is the mindset of the people we have in the country, and especially the man. They think it's simple to say things like that and just walk free. I don't care if the post was deleted 1 second. That means it just shows what's in your mind. You sexualized a little girl, a girl less, I think around 5 years old.
Yeah, she's about 5 years
Yes.
old.
You sexualized a minor. You talked about her privates, a minor.
And you see, why did this person and his post do not make sense is that even if it was deleted within seconds, the imprint
is there.
Yeah. The impact it has had on me as the mother, the impact it would have had on my child.
Yes.
And
especially if the child is tech savvy.
Exactly. And the fear I will live with going forward, knowing that there are people like this out there. And now you don't even have an idea the kind of impact or training it will have or relationship it will have between me and my child, because now I'm going to become overprotective of that little girl who might not necessarily want that.
Exactly.
But in my mind, there are people like this guy in the society, and so out of love for my daughter, out of my responsibility to my daughter, I have to become overprotective.
Right.
And this might be breaking barriers. You get it?
Yeah.
And so my daughter will now begin to exhibit some kind of character towards me, not knowing my good intentions.
She might think it's hate
based on your evil intentions. You get it?
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that it was deleted in less than 5 minutes. So what?
Right.
Was the post made? Yes. Was it wrong? Yes. Should it be condemned? Yes. Should there be consequences?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Right.
Case closed.
So you've done well, fella. God protect you and your daughter. And we have here, is there a way you could add those asking, yes, you should forgive him to the lawsuit? I think it's true, because you don't ask people to just let go of certain things.
You see, I always say that sexual assault, domestic violence, abusive relationships, those who come begging are as guilty as those who engage in it. Listen, covering up
they're
is
all
enabling.
apologists. You always enable that kind of behavior.
When you cover up, you enable. Basically, that's what it is. And so you can't tell me that deleted in less than 5 minutes, oh, he has said sorry, so it's okay. Like I explained the impacts, and if you are not careful, the long-term effects.
Right.
You get it?
So do we have more comments on that? Okay, Gatu is cooked. Just to be clear, this was actually never a civil matter, but a criminal one, according to the Child Protection and Cybersecurity Act. Just to point out facts, okay?
Yeah.
People in the comments saying you should forgive, like it's just a normal thing to say. Sexualizing a child is all shades of wrong. Children are supposed to be protected from people like this. You think the real pedophiles do not think like this before actually committing the said crime? Scapegoat must be made, and I think it's true. This is a pedophile. Anyone who makes a comment supporting or sympathizing with Gatu should be arrested too. They are suspects. That's true. I believe that too. See what farming for engagement has landed someone. in Assemble. So this is what I was talking about. Ever since everybody became, you are easy to buy verifications. You know, just because of engagement, you just say things. But then again, it's the mind. I will not even blame it only on engagement. That is how you actually think. And also, I will implore parents to actually protect your children from the internet. If Australia has come out to say children are not supposed to be on social media till they're 16, I don't know why, I don't want to call us a third world, a country like ours cannot do it. Because I think sometimes putting out a child out there, you know, it's also scary.
Indeed,
it's also scary because the dark web today are using images of our children to sell. Do you understand? And they are not just selling these images as pretty images of a little innocent girl. No, they are actually using AI to set these children naked and sell it on the dark web. So it's a problem. Protect your children, please. So
I don't know, but this I don't know about others, but this is for me. You'd never find me put my daughter's picture anywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not proud of her.
Yeah.
No, I am, but I feel I should protect her from whatever is out there. So I've never put her pictures anywhere. It's actually a kind of argument at home sometimes that how come you are never posting. But I'm like, listen, I have my reasons, and they are genuine reasons. I need to protect this child from whatever is out there. I do not know what it is, but I just feel it's not my business putting her picture out there. And then 2, these children are in a generation where we cannot predict what they are going to be thinking going forward. And in this era of, if like, human rights taking center stage in everything that we do, say this child turns 16, 18,
and actually
did I ask you to put this picture? Why is this picture of me on the internet? So I'm taking you on. What would be my defense?
Exactly. Oh, it's such a cute picture. I thought it was cute.
Cute enough to share with the world? Without my permission? Did I approve of this picture? You get it? They can do any and all sorts of things. And so for me, you won't find me putting her picture anywhere. If a few times I've posted a picture, I've covered her face. That's what I do. So I feel parents should be deliberate about protecting their children, especially in this day and age where any and everything is happening on the internet. Listen, people, it is scary what is happening on the internet and what people are using other people's images for.
To do, exactly.
You get it? So we all need to be careful. Okay, it's fine. Come on, you're a loving mother. You want to put, you've taken a nice picture of your child, but you see, you need to read the room sometimes. You need to be careful. You need to be careful, basically. It's not everything that you put out there. And the fact that someone has put their child's picture out there is not a license for you to also go and be silly. You understand? What happened to keeping your thoughts to yourself?
Exactly.
I see sometimes it might not necessarily be the nature of the person, but this clout chasing,
for the engagement,
this engagement. When you enter the cells, there'll be plenty of people to clap for you.
Anyway, moving on, we have another one, and it's still on the AFCON, the just ended AFCON 2025. The FIFA president Giovanni Vincenzo Infantino criticizes Senegal, and obviously this comes up after Senegal won the AFCON match. But it had to do with, the Senegalese team walking out of the pitch. So the current FIFA president, made a post on his Instagram criticizing the Senegal national team for the walk off the pitch they staged during the AFCON finals. He made reference to the gesture and condemned it. But the thing is that net citizens actually are also criticizing him and do not agree with his views.
So it's a matter of if like emotions and law. Okay, what does the FIFA law say? At what point are you allowed to walk off without consequences? And at what point do you walk off and face consequences? Okay, but you see, if you're going to condemn something that happened during a game, you should be able to condemn all other things that marred the beauty of the game.
Like the people chasing the towels. Did
Exactly.
you see those? They chased the
FIFA
towels.
President Gianni Infantino cannot tell me that he has not seen that.
You saw it. You saw people chasing towels.
And you can tell the clear frustration the team was subjected to.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. For even the captain of Morocco, Ashraf Hakimi, to engage in such a thing.
To throw someone's towel too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Exactly. So, Infantino, if you're going to condemn, please condemn entirely. Not just, it was clear.
Yeah.
There was a goal, a clear goal.
Yeah.
That was not taken. You get it? So, I mean, you can understand the level of frustration.
Yeah.
But in all this, the hero is Sadio Mane.
True.
Who showed leadership and got the boys back onto the playing field.
Yeah.
And then they got that one decisive goal that helped them lift the trophy for the second time in 4 years.
True.
Congratulations to Senegal. I was rooting for them, so I was very happy.
Yeah, but anyway, they've after all that, they have actually been fined $300,000 for disrupting the game.
Yeah, well, $300,000 compared to an African Cup, the trophy, I'd pay any day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is all we have for the trends. This is what is trending. So if you have more and you want to share, just let us know and we'll get to talk about it. But let's continue with our community story or community focus that we started earlier with, and that is the Accra-Tema motorway, the progress of the work ongoing there. Philip is back on the grounds, so let's move over to him and he's going to share what he sees and how the work is going on there. Hi, Philip.
So, Chris rightly said, and I'm sure that if you can see me and Anatufo, Chris, I can hear you.
Yes.
Good.
Please go ahead. Tell us where you are now and what's happening.
Okay, good. So I can go ahead. So if you can see me, maybe when I come back to the office, you have to give me Nanatufo. Hold on, you have to give me that title as an engineer Philip Latte, because you can see that I'm wearing the hat. Anyway, that aside, we at the precast beam yard here at Tetekwashi, where the engineers will definitely tell us what is happening here. But engineer Kwabena, you can join me again. We are here at the precast beam yard. What happens here before we go around?
Okay, so as I mentioned to you, we are constructing we are expanding the Tetekwashi bridge, or the interchange bridge. And as part of that expansion, we've already done the substructure. Now what we have here will be the superstructure.
Which is this one?
This one. Okay, and this is the beginning. So we are going to put in reinforcement, we put in pre-stressing tendons, and thereafter we will cast the concrete. Having cast the concrete, we'll pre-stress. We are this is a 40-meter length, so it's quite huge. And we have a 100-ton crane that will lift it and store it for later transportation, for these beams to be laid on top of the substructure. And then we will cast the concrete, that's the riding surface. So these are T-beams. Okay, we'll probably go and have a look at the completed one. But for now, this is how it starts. We have the reinforcement. You can see this heavy-duty reinforcement done. And then we will put in the formwork. After the formwork, the pre-stressing tendons will go in. The concreting is done. And these tendons go through tubes. We'll show you some of those tubes. I don't know if there's any of the tubes here. Yeah. Okay, we'll show you to them. Thereafter, we have to grout. You see, so after the tubes come in the hollow section, so we have to, and the strands, which are the strands here, they go through, yes, these are the strands, the pre-stressing tendons or the strands. Once we have once we have done the precasting and we have stressed the beam, they have to be grouted, to prevent rusting and then the relaxation of the tendons. So this is what we have now. These are the strands, you can see them, or the tendons. Okay, now let us move to the formwork, and I have my bridge engineer here who would also give us the technical issue. But then you see, these are the tubes I'm talking about. Okay, So once we are done, we have a jack. You have a fixed end there, and then we have a live end. So we will stretch these ones. Okay, these, even though you see them as thick as they are, they will be stretched. Okay, they will be tensioned. That is the technical. They will be tensioned, and after tensioning, we will lock them in place. Having locked them, we will then put in the grout, and then the grout. They have an intelligent grouting machine. So grouting basically comes here. So you can see we are mixing the grouts in there. Okay, and after mixing, it is pumped through this line. Okay, then to go all the way into the completed one. See? So the tendons that we saw through these tubes, we will pump the grouts in them. So the grouts,
the grouts are like cement, right?
Cement. Yes, it's cementitious material. Then it will harden, and then it will keep the tendons in place. It's not going to relax, okay. And then it will prevent it also from rusting. So this is what we will do here. Once everything is done, then it can be lifted, because until the pre-stressing is done, you cannot lift it. If you lift it, it is going to fail. So this is what it is. So we can also go and have a look at how the reinforcement, the completed reinforcement looks like. And I'll hand you over to Dr. Kofi. Dr. Kofi is the bridge engineer from Associated Consultants.
Okay. So Dr. Kofi, you take over. So what do you want us to see?
Yeah, here we are almost ready to cast the concrete, and the reinforcement are in place. Before you can see now, you have to go to the top before you can see the reinforcement.
Oh wow!
So
go to the top.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. So as you can see, we are here at the precast beam yard. We would have to go to the top. Maybe the cameraman will have to take lead so that he will be able to see it. Okay.
These are all vibrators.
These ones?
Yes, these ones. They are electric vibrators that would ensure that the concrete is compacted.
Wow.
So they vibrate the whole thing, and all the concrete will settle. Okay. All the air voids will be taken
so
out.
So after you are done, then the crane lifts this one?
It, yes.
Okay.
So when you are done with this, you can have a look at the completed one. Okay. And that is 40 meters end to end. Okay. Yes.
So we are going to the top to see how it's done when it comes to this particular one with the concrete or the grouts that have been put in there. It's just interesting. Safety first, very important that you have to be very safe when you come here. So engineer, you can join us here and just tell us as the cameraman goes there, so that we can just have the conversation here. So what happens here?
Okay, here we are at the top. So from here you can't see the reinforcement at the bottom, but everything is done already. Our inspection team have checked everything before we even close the formwork. Now they are working on the top here. So even here they are almost done. So when they finish now, they will call us, then we will come, then we will check everything here. So they are not done yet. There are going to be some spacer they will put around the formwork to avoid the reinforcement to be exposed to outside. So that's it. That's what they are doing there. So I think that's
the wiring thing they are doing.
Yes, that's what you can. Do you want to go? Yeah.
Okay. You can just talk about it as he zooms in to give the viewers a better shot.
So they are tying the wire. They are installing the reinforcement. That's what they are doing now.
You can have a look at it here. Yeah. These are all spacer blocks. Okay.
You can see also the engineer was talking about the tendon, the pre-stressing. You can see the duct, the tube from inside. Yes.
Wow. It takes a lot of work to really put these things together. We just see that, but we'll be saying that the project has to be completed early, but it takes a lot of work.
Exactly so. It takes a lot of work to get these things done, and these are areas where they are able to work day and night to ensure that the reinforcements and the formwork and everything, are done, within the times that we have been allocated. And as I mentioned, these are the heavy lifting works. Once we are done with this, when it comes to the pavement works, it's just like hot knife through butter. It goes very, very fast. In a day, they can do 1.5 kilometers. So within a short time, the entire work would have been completed. But then the initial work, and that is the work that has to be done properly. Because if you don't do that well, this is supposed to spend, to have a lifetime of about 100 years.
100 years?
Yes. 100. So you cannot just play with it. And if this should fail, this can be catastrophic.
So this one that you are doing, that's the final work there. We can give you a final work when this is done. From what we saw from the iron rods here, this is the final work. So how many of these are you doing?
For this bridge here, we are doing 24.
And how many have you done so far?
Only one.
Oh, that means you have a long way to go.
Yes, only one.
Initially, they were setting up the cranes. But now that the cranes are ready, the reinforcement team, I think they have 1, 2, 3, 4 beds. So they can always be working ahead of time. And you see, for these works, you first have to do one for you to be sure that everything is working well before you get into the operation mode where you just be producing, or the production mode. Until that is done, we cannot just do all at once. What about if it doesn't work? So let us do one, be sure we will learn from it. After we've learned, then we can deploy, or whatever mistakes that we make in the first one, we will just deploy and ensure that we don't do the same thing in the others. And if it fails, it's going to be discarded.
And have to do another one?
Yes. It has happened on other projects, especially during the post-tensioning. During the post-tensioning, when they were working at the Ashaman, it exploded. This is very dangerous. Wow. So whatever we do, we have to be wary or careful about the safety. So for instance, the concrete strength, if it is 50 megapascal, it has to be 50. And usually when it attains about 90% of the eventual 28-day strength, that is when we do the pre-stressing. But these can also be accelerated with various admixtures to ensure that we achieve early strength that will help us to do the pre-stressing, early.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the cranes. Yes. So when you are done with this, the cranes will lift them.
They will lift them and place them. This one can, they'll be storing
from here. Then we store it here for the last inspection. Okay. Yeah. So when it's ready to be installed, the truck will come from there. Then we'll move it with the crane to the truck straight to the bridge. So that's it.
Wow. Then it will be installed on the what do you call it? No, they are not piles. Okay. There is the substructure. The substructure. Yes, the substructure.
I think I'm learning gradually. So the PS,
and then we'll have a capping beam, and then we have all these things, and make sure that we put them on.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It takes a lot of work for these things to be done. So you are very sure that by next year, August, things will be done, and that's the project manager.
We are currently above what we call the S line. We are currently above. So if they continue, at that rate, and if there's money available, if their bills are paid on time, then there's no reason why we should not complete this project on time.
Beautiful. But Engineer Saki here, a word or two from you on how the work is going and how the completion rate will go. But Engineer Bimpo, you give us a final word from you before we end this particular live broadcast or telecast here. Okay, so Engineer Saki, just a word or two.
Yes, so as you can see for yourselves, work is ongoing. We are assiduously working very hard to ensure that we complete this project on time. And as it's been said, if all things are equal or all things be equal, we are sure we can meet the completion deadline. Because currently, as we speak, we are above our normal progress. Our progress is okay, it's no problem. And if it's supposed to continue like that, and all logistics are in place, we can assure Ghanaians that we can finish the project.
Beautiful. So that is Engineer Saki there. Thank you so much, Engineer Bimpon. We are grateful. We just have to we have to wrap up quickly. But Engineer Bimpon, just a word or two from you, one to motorists, and how you are going to wrap up the work quickly.
Well, thank you very much, and I would like to thank the Channel One team who have taken a lot of interest in our projects nationwide. I want to assure our motorists that we have them at heart. The work that we are doing, as I always say, is not for ourselves. It is for the public, and it is for the citizens of Ghana. So whenever they get into these areas, we implore them to be cautious, because the people working here are like you and I. If you knock somebody's father dead, I don't think you'll be happy. So let us also remember that, and I've said it, that you cannot have an omelette without breaking an egg. So we may seem to be destroying and causing a lot of havoc, but then it is intended for good. it is for their good. So let us ply the Accra-Tema motorway with a lot of caution. Those who speed on the unapproved routes or use the unapproved routes, please stop. And I'm sure when we were coming, you saw some of the New Jersey barriers have been pushed down. Those that we had crossed the road with, they pushed them down and they were using them. In as much as we do not want this to be a military zone where you have military or the security services here, I think that we are reasonable beings. Ghanaians are very reasonable. So once we speak to them, they will listen. Yes, there might be interruptions. There are vehicles which break down. We are also calling on the towing services, the companies, to also come to our aid. The police have been doing well, but then we want them to do more so that we would have an easy ride, especially during the peak hours. Those coming from Tema to Accra in the morning and those going from Accra to Tema in the evening, so that we do not have any, we have a free ride, as I have said. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Engineer Kwabena Pimpo. And thank you so much for watching. And Nana Tufo Boateng and also Chris Kasa, over to you.
Thank you so much, Philip. Philip Nilati, the engaging if like the engineers, the contractors on the Accra-Tema motorway expansion project, bringing us up to speed with the progress of work, what exactly the place is expected to look like upon completion, timelines for completion, and of course, some safety measures while the work is ongoing. Indeed, the concern that the engineer raised, that's Engineer Bimpon raised, is it's true. It's something I've observed on the motorway, and it has a lot to do with discipline, okay, individual discipline. We're all in traffic. What makes you think you are a better human than the rest of us in the traffic? Right. And so you veer off to there. You know, they've created these unapproved routes for most of their trucks to use to ferry materials in for the construction work. And in fact, those parts will also be part of the expansion, because if they're expanding into 5 lanes, then it will also extend to those parts. So it's very dusty on that side. And you see especially the trotters veer off the main motorway into the dusty nature, and they won't drive slowly. The speed with which an amount of dust. So I'm sitting there in my lacha. I don't have AC, so my glasses are down. And you get home and they ask you if you've gone to dye your eyebrows.
Or you rub powder.
Or you rub powder on your lashes. Because the thing is looking different. But it's just dust. It's just dust. You understand? So yeah, I think the police should be there. And see, you know, they have the New Jersey barriers there because maybe they've done some work that they expect to dry up. And so they've put the New Jersey barriers there to stop people from using. You get there and these drivers, they come out of their vehicles, push the barriers to a side and drive through. I'm like, do you think it's for decoration? The barrier is there for decoration. Is that what you're thinking? It's for a particular purpose. There's work ongoing there. Perhaps for your own safety. If you use that place, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they hardly get it.
The level of indiscipline in this country is just annoying. It's just annoying. And I think, like you said, you wouldn't want to have a military type of, where you have officers. And you see, it's a linear construction. It's stretching over 19 kilometers. They are working on 18.5 now. Do you think so? We should place officers at everywhere?
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
That'll be a lot.
At whose expense? Because of somebody's indiscipline?
That'll be a lot.
We just need to be a bit more disciplined as a people. It's our attitudes, our mindsets. We need to work on it. And once we do, we should be fine. I keep saying, you know there's construction going. Okay. There are places where the patches have been, the places where they've destroyed, but they've put gravels there. So clearly you need to slow down when you get there. What is the rush? What is the rush?
I think some people feel like they're more important than others. So they deserve, you know, the road more than any other person.
It's sickening. It's sickening. I mean, I drive on it every single day, so I see these things and I'm like, I don't know. Even if we should create glass floors for Ghanaians, we'll complain.
They'll still break it.
Yeah, we'll break it and complain. and call on government to come and fix.
The government has suffered, though.
Government don't tire. Anyways, there's a worrying situation. We understand there's a fire outbreak at Circle, just behind the VVIP bus terminal. And so we're calling on the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Police Service, to attend to this fire right away. So pictures on your screens now. You can see people, if you like, carrying I'm not sure exactly what it is. The camera is quite far from there, but yeah, people are salvaging what it is that they can, and then trying to, I mean, at this point, it's lives that matter most. But you also understand that people have property, people have worked, perhaps a warehouse or a storehouse around this place. And so you can understand the risk that people will take to go and salvage whatever goods or wares or property they have there. But we need the Ghana National Fire Service to be swift regarding this matter. It's behind the VVIP station at Circle here in Accra. So we understand that it's fast spreading as well. And so we need to attend to it now as a matter of urgency. We need the Ghana Police Service to also assist, cordon off the area, prevent people from accessing the actual fire scene so that we don't have any casualties after it's all said and done. We're believing in the competence and professionalism of our security services to be able to attend to this fire, douse it before the worst happens. Because from what we are being told, the reports we are getting, it is spreading and spreading fast. It needs to be contained before the worst happens. And if you know this area, quite populated with structures. Okay, most of them wooden structures. And so an outbreak like this will spread through the structures quite easily and quite rapidly. So we need an intervention of the Ghana National Fire Service to the scene as soon as possible, as early as yesterday, so that we can help contain the fire before it spreads to other areas and causes some irreparable damage. And we are hoping and praying. We are also advising and encouraging people not to go near the fire. I mean, at this point, with such a rage of an inferno, it's not even safe to even go this close. So we hope that the fire service, someone is watching us, someone is hearing us, and someone will be attending to this particular fire. So this is happening at Circle. We are being told that it's just behind the VVIP bus terminal or the VVIP station at Circle. It's happening now. So these are pictures or videos we received just some few minutes ago, but it's happening now. And so we need that it's attended to, it's contained, and the spread is prevented. All righty. Yeah, so well, that's about it. It's been an interesting morning.
Yes, very interesting.
Good show.
Especially Philip being an engineer for the day.
Yeah, so Engineer Philip.
Yeah.
Kudos for that report. Quite detailed, quite engaging. Thank you so much. But your engineering title will end after today. Else G-Tech will come after you. So please drop it. Leave it there before you come back to the studio. No, don't bring anything. Engineering by virtue of the fact that you're wearing a helmet. You can't be serious in this country. Anyways, want to say congratulations to DC. Can I still say DCOP? No, he's now COP, Commissioner of Police, PG Wabu. Congratulations on your promotion. He's the Director General of the Police MTTD. Yeah, and he's been promoted from DCOP to a COP. So he's now a Commissioner of Police. And I want to say congratulations to you, and we wish you all the best. All right. My name is Nana Tufuo-Boateng.
And my name is Chris Carter, and obviously Philip joined us somewhere in the show. I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for joining the show. Remember that tomorrow we'll be back right here at the same time, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow. This has been Breakfast Daily. Bye.
Station